Yo, what's up and what's going on, everybody? We appreciate everyone being here. Sorry, I was talking and didn't know that the timer went down. The timer ended. But we are here today with you guys. Appreciate everybody being here. Back on I guess some people call Mondays beautiful, but you know, another Monday.
I don't know anyone.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. No. Back here to talk with you guys. There are some things we're going to talk about today. So we're going to talk about the first look for the Joker that was released of Joaquin Phoenix. We're going to talk about the Blue Beetle plot reveal that Cholo is starring as Jaime Reyes in. We are going to talk about how do I say his name? I want to make sure I'm saying it correctly. It's Mohan Kapur, I think, the dad from Ms. Marvel, and how he is sending his pee to 15-year-olds. We're going to talk about that.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah, he sent a picture of his peenie to 15-year-old girl.
I thought you said he was sending his pee.
Oh, well, no, his pee.
I said
peen.
Pissed, like
the
Hulk
dad? Yeah, the dad. He is under some sexual allegations.
What the hell is going on today?
What Anthony Weiner shit is this, dude?
Texas
grooming
coach
some little
beating
girl.
his family and shit. Like,
is LSD involved? Like,
Ashura. Appreciate you being here,
it was a
bro.
crazy day today.
Yeah,
man.
We've got,
okay.
Yeah, he sent his peen to a 15-year-old.
You're not supposed to do that, from what I've read.
Yeah, no. When I saw it, I said, "Oh, well, yeah, he's done. He's done."
I think he's wow.
Yeah, and then the last thing that we'll talk about is going to be Miss Letitia Wright. Letitia did a interview. Well, she did Actors on Actors, which I love. Actors on Actors. I don't know if a lot of people ever watch Actors on Actors, but with Variety, I love those interviews. Where it's the actor interviewing the other. I love those.
I like those too. I also like the round table ones.
I love the round table with the Hollywood Reporter. Those are my favorites.
Yes. I love those.
But Letitia Wright did one Actors on Actors with John Boyega, and there was the whole interview. Watch the whole interview if you haven't. It's pretty good. I don't dislike Letitia. Obviously, I do not dislike Letitia Wright, but she said some things about the post-credit scene that we were going to talk about. She talked about how, we're going to get into what Letitia said about the post-credit scene. But before we get into any of that, as I always say, if you guys are new here or you would like to join our Discord, you can do so. The link should be down below. I always say should, but I'm confident it is. Below in the bio. You can click that link there, and if you would like to join our Discord and join our growing community, you can do so. If there's a topic or something you feel that we should be discussing, or you see it throughout the week or the day or whatever, you can send it in the Discord, and we will jump on that and possibly discuss it here on the show, depending on the topic. If we do giveaways, it's the easiest way for you to get in contact with us so that we can get your mailing info and get you your giveaway gift. So if you would like to join our Discord, the link is down there in the bio. Kellen, how was your day today?
Just work. Wasn't feeling too good today, so I ended up leaving work a little bit early, and I took like a 4-hour nap and then came here. That's about it.
I feel you. Q, your day, your Monday.
Casual Monday. My dogs pissed me off because it was a little muddy outside. Yeah. And they decided they were going to run straight in onto the carpet, but my younger dog decided he was going to take it a step farther and jump on my bed.
Ooh.
So I was really doing laundry for a little bit of the day.
It's that Amber Heard shit.
Yeah, I was just oh my god, I ain't heard her name in so long. I forgot that shit even happened. But no, yeah, just casual Monday, just a little bit of work, and then really I started playing Madden again, so good on the game, honestly. But other than that, y'all kind of scare me because, like, every time y'all come in here, it's, just work. And, like, I don't want to grow up. Like, I don't want to be y'all age. Like, every day it's just the same old automated, another work day. Like, what, Darius, how's your day?
Punch in, punch out.
Yeah, no, another work day.
Yeah, no, another work day. This morning, I literally did lay in my bed an hour after my alarm. I laid there an hour. I didn't get to work. I was an hour late to work because I laid there an hour, and I literally just thought, God, do I need this job? Like, is there a way to maneuver around this? Like, do I need this? But, like, and then I like I said, you guys know, I say this all the time, I'm not a people person. So, like, when I go to work, there are days that I go where I can play in the sandbox and interact with everybody.
Play in the sandbox?
but like, today was one of those days where I was like, I want to be in my own fucking sandbox. Don't talk to me. Leave me alone. Everybody was trying to talk to me today. Like, Darius, how was your weekend? Happy good morning.
That's what I hate about Mondays. Like, people ain't seen you in 2 days or something, so they act like it's been forever. What'd you do over the weekend? Same old shit like other weekend. Ain't nothing special. Like, niggas ain't have vacation or nothing.
It wasn't for me. I worked and then I came home. I think today though I didn't say a word at work. I know that. I know for a fact.
He's not lying either.
I know for a fact.
I picture him sitting there looking gloomy as hell at work, ready to go.
People coming up and talking to him and just being like,
"This dead ass. Yeah. This dead ass how he sat."
Yeah, I'm just like, bro. I don't want to be here. But I do want to be here, and there are things that we are going to talk about today. So
he'll talk to you, chat.
Yeah, I'll talk to you guys. So let's touch the chat real quick. Kenny, always first. We appreciate you being here. Andre, we appreciate you being here. Man of the culture, appreciate it. D Stizzle, always, brother. The Jinx, appreciate you. Ashra, saw you in the chat earlier. Officially MG, appreciate you being here. Justin, and that's everybody. And then everybody that is watching right now. If you are watching and you have not hit that like button, smash that like button. And then let's get on with the show today. So the first thing we're going to jump into is going to be Joker. We got the first looks of the Joker there from Todd Phillips. He had released the first look for the new... Damn, why did I put on that? The first look for the new movie coming out. So I'll go ahead and jump into the... This was posted on Twitter. Not on Twitter, sorry. He posted this on Instagram. I saw it on Twitter. It sort of ran into circulations there. But this is coming from Todd Phillips. Says, Joker, Fale Abdu seems to have hit the rails as director Todd Phillips shared a teaser image announcing day one of work on the film on Saturday afternoon. Day one, our boy, the Joker, Phillips wrote in a simple caption. The filmmaker shared an image of Joaquin Phoenix in character as Arthur Fleck. The homicidal Arkham Asylum convict is lying dead-eyed as he's receiving a shave from what appears to be an orderly at the facility. Phoenix seems to have readopted the weary physique that he took to play Fleck in the original 2019 film. I know one thing that he said the very first time that he played this character was the weight loss
that
he hated.
Fun. Yeah, he said
he said he hated having to lose.
Yeah, I think he ate an apple a day. Is that what he said?
Yeah, he was small, bro.
It was just crazy seeing how much weight he gained back, like after they finished filming and everything. The weight he got back and everything. I was like, damn, he lost a lot. Because I honestly didn't know much about him before he was casting this and everything. So I didn't know what his original look really was. But once I saw him get the weight back and everything, I was like, that motherfucker did a good job of losing it.
He did.
And
he lost
maintaining
a lot of it.
The look, because
a lot of it. Because he's even in this picture, he is small. He's small here. This says, while plot details remain closely guarded, the Joker sequel will pick up with Phoenix's killer clown after he's been admitted to Arkham Asylum. Phoenix, who won an Oscar for Best Actor for his performance in the rated R original, will be joined by Lady Gaga for the sequel, who has been cast as a role reported to be a take on the DC comic villain Harley Quinn. Brendan Gleeson has also been cast as cast in the production. Phillips returns to direct Joker Fale Abdu after helming the first film steering the dark comic book adaptation to a whopping 11 Academy Award nominations, a Golden Lion win at the Venice Film Festival, and whooping box office success with global ticket sales topping 1 billion. The sequel has been described as a musical. Now, I'll touch on that because that was one of my worries, concerns, things that bothered me about it when I heard that it was going to be possibly a musical. It's not a musical. It's going to have music adaptations, but it's not a musical itself.
It's like I said, like from the Suicide Squad scene when Harley Quinn has that little musical scene dancing around. Or even the first Joker movie had where he's dancing around, or what was the song and everything? That's Life playing and everything. Yeah, when he's dancing around the living room, like. It's not like you said. It's not meant to be a musical. It's just even Lady Gaga in those movies. She has movies where she has those musical elements and everything. And I just think for the relationship between the Joker and Harley Quinn that they want to show. I mean, I think it's a good idea. because I haven't seen the way that they do those musical scenes bad. I've liked almost every single one that they've done.
Yeah,
That's true.
it looks like when it's going to be hitting theaters October 9th, 2024. I also thought too, it's going to have music adaptations, but they also said that a lot of the music stuff is going to be going on in his head, which does make sense. I mean, you're talking about if we're playing off the first film here, we're talking about a psychotic, well, not made psychotic because he doesn't have his medication. You know, that was one of the things that he kept asking for the entire film was his medication, but the state can't pay for it, all that kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. So playing off of that stuff, you've got a mentally deranged man who was obviously the Joker at this point, or maybe not full on the Joker. I mean, I don't know how long this has been between the first and the first one, but who basically is the Joker at this point, and we all know how that goes in his mind and things like that. So now we're getting Harley, and I love the fact I loved it whenever it was announced that Gaga was rumored to be playing Harley, because I know a lot of people look at Gaga and think, you know, oh, that's crazy girl that used to, you know, be
Wear meat.
But she can perform.
She's an amazing actress.
Performer.
She's
She's
an
so
amazing performer. She is people forget, if maybe you know, maybe you don't. Gaga, she was never for music. She didn't get her start in music. Like she was in, you know,
Juilliard.
Yeah, she was trying to be an actress and everything. And if you watch her music videos, I mean, one thing for me that always sticks out with Gaga, that made me a Gaga fan. I mean, I was already a fan before that, but what made me a fan was her 2009 BMA performance when she performed Paparazzi and hung herself. That shit, bro, my jaw dropped. I was like, that performance was
Nutty.
outstanding.
Fucking nutty, bro.
Yeah, that time in 2009, that was different.
I never liked the comparison she would get to Madonna
I did.
because I felt like Madonna was so much more vapid than what she was putting out there. Like, you know, like maybe like Poker Face Society or whatever. But like, that's what was cool about A Star Is Born, is because that's why Bradley Cooper picked her for that role, is because like in that movie it's about somebody who's actually like artistic and talented, but like the record labels want her to do like kind of poppy type of stuff instead of like what she actually likes. But she's amazing.
I think she's great.
In everything.
I think she's great, and I think she's going to be a great Harley. I don't know how crazy of a Harley we get in this, simply because I mean, but then again, I don't know. It could be they could do the whole after he seduces her and turns her into Harley Quinn. That
what do you think the timeline on this movie is going to be like? You think it's going to be like where they have those flashbacks the whole movie and go in and out his head or back in time and stuff like that? Or do you think it's just going to be one continuous plot line?
I think we do see flashbacks.
I mean, I know it won't be one continuous, like you said. We will get some, but like I don't know if they'll make it like the whole movie, if that's how they'll tell the whole story, just plotting back to stuff on the timeline.
I'm just curious how much of it takes place with him like in Arkham, and like she's his, you know, she's his doctor.
It looks like
I mean,
read obviously from this picture
movie.
Is there? Yeah,
I
Yeah,
read
it looks
the
like he's
whole
in
movie.
Arkham. You said what?
I read the whole. The whole movie's gonna
takes
be
place.
in Arkham.
Oh, well, then maybe it does all take place in Arkham. I mean, like I said, it would have to kind of make. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, obviously, we all know how Harley becomes Harley.
right.
I don't know if they do an adaptation of that. What we see with that. I mean, if the whole show is taking place, whole movie's taking place in Arkham. I mean, we're gonna have to see him seducing Quinzel and turning her into Harley Quinn, you know.
Right.
So I don't know. I love the first one. I saw it multiple times. I love that film. I know I've seen a lot of people though say, even when the film first came out, a lot of people have said that the film, just like, you know how some people are. What's Christian Bale's character's name in American Psycho? I forget. I forget. But everybody's so obsessed with that character, not in a way of, not when I say obsessed with the character, like they look at the character as like for me personally, I shouldn't. I know it. I know you. I know you're not supposed to.
Patrick Bateman.
Yes, Patrick Bateman. People look at the character of Patrick Bateman and look up to him. The same way I do with Leonardo DiCaprio's character in Wolf of Wall Street when he plays who's God? Why am I always blanking on names?
Jordan Belfort.
Yes, when he plays Jordan Belfort. I'm not supposed to look up to Jordan in that movie, but I do. I'm inspired by Jordan in that movie. Like, that motherfucker was on his grind. And so, I mean, but I've seen people saying that they didn't like the first one because they didn't like the first one. They don't think that a second one should have been greenlit because of how people were inspired and could relate to the Joker, and that's not the point of it. You're not supposed to be able to relate to the Joker. You're not supposed to be able to be inspired by the Joker and things like that. I mean, I see, I get that.
Yep, I get it.
I get that. But I'm not gonna say I don't get that. I get that. Like, obviously, you want motherfuckers out here trying to be the Joker.
Giving people what they deserve, like Murray.
Right. You get what you fucking deserve.
But I'm not gonna lie, that might be my most watched scene ever on YouTube. I don't know how often I watch this scene.
I love that scene. The first time I seen that shit, bro. Because I knew some crazy shit was gonna happen, but the second he did that shit, bro, because I was watching it with Bracy and everything, so you know how I react. We looked at each other like, no fucking way, this nigga just did that, bro.
I love that scene. I love that scene. Love that movie.
But I don't know. I get what they're saying and everything, but I mean, I feel like one of the biggest messages in that movie was, like you said, the healthcare system and everything. Yeah. Like, it's a man begging for his medicine, but at the same time he can't pay for it and everything. So I mean, in America, I mean, that's super relatable as much as you wouldn't want it to be and everything. So I mean, I feel like that's just something that brought something, or it should have been brought to the light, but I didn't hear much of that discussion after the movie. But I like right after the movie, yes, but like a couple months after the movie died down and everything, people are just more so talking about, we don't want our kids relating to the Joker, this and that. But I mean, that's more of a parenting thing. I mean, if your child relates to the Joker and everything, that's your fault. And I'm not a parent, but that's your fault. Like, if you take your child to the movies every other week and y'all are just so regular at seeing movies, and then it's time to go see the Joker, and your child's like, this is the one I want to be like. That I feel like that might be a household talk kind of issue, not a director producer kind of issue.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, people, you're inspired by who you're inspired by.
It's different for everyone. Honestly.
I'm not gonna sit and say like, oh, I just completely agree. Whatever. Obviously, I get the trepidation. I get that.
The caution.
I definitely get the caution of it. And I would say to anyone, if you are someone that is easily influenced by films, maybe this is not the film to. Maybe I don't know. Maybe these aren't the films to watch just because you don't want somebody going out there and massacring motherfuckers on a bus,
right?
On a train or whatever.
The subway.
On the subway. I
mean, them niggas.
But it's like it's just hard because it's like where's the line, because it's like this has always been the talk since we were kids with video games. This was the talk back when NWA came out with gangster rap music and then fuck the police. So it's always that line of like, okay, here's where I get the line. I got it with Dahmer because we're talking about something real. We're talking about victims' families. Mm-hmm. But as far as any of this other stuff, there's going to be a certain percentage of the population who is psychotic, who are actual either sociopaths or psychopaths. Mm-hmm. They're going to be out there no matter what.
That's true.
And I don't think that we need to edit how we get to enjoy certain art forms over that small amount of the population who's going to be that way anyway, is my thought.
I mean, I can't say I disagree. I mean, I do agree.
Because I love that movie.
Because I mean,
I didn't kill anybody.
Either way you put, I just feel like there's always someone in the world. Like, there's always someone in the world who's going to be inspired by something, whether it be good or bad. And so, I mean, whether you want them to be inspired by this or that or not, I mean, it's not really anyone's choice. I mean, if someone's inspired by something, that's what they're inspired by. And it's no really, like, that's not something you can just go change someone's mind about. Like, if someone believes in someone, then they believe in it. If it's wrong, they have to learn from the consequences and everything. But, I mean, I completely understand, like we've said, the caution and everything. But at the same time, I think, like you said, I mean, there's points to draw the line, but, I mean, there's where I'm like on like a seesaw or teeter-tatter or whatever, because I mean, like, at some point, because that Dahmer film or series, you wouldn't believe how many of my friends, that was the first time them being educated on that situation that happened. And so I can only imagine just all around the
long time ago.
And so it's just a simple fact that One, it's a part of history. Some things are parts of history that, I mean, just it sucks that Hollywood takes them to eventually profit off them, because I mean, I can't imagine how much money Netflix made off of that. But I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like if you look for education and everything, there's ways to learn off everything. And then the second point would be, I mean, it's some of this is plain and simply fictional fictional entertainment.
Yeah,
like, that's all. Fictional story, like you said,
that's
art, people's art, stories. That's like, and I feel like that's another part where education comes in, where like, if your kid doesn't know that some of these stories are fictional and meant to be entertainment, they need to be taught the differences between, hey, this is entertainment and this is inspiration. This is entertainment and this is what you're supposed to watch if you just want to have fun, do this and that, or like a cool story, and this is stuff that's your real story, stuff like that. I mean, obviously we find, like we have the recap, we find inspiration in fictional stuff all the time, but I mean, we all know what's right and wrong to believe in at the end of the day. I mean, like, to each his own on the line, but I mean, like, there's a clear right and wrong in certain situations. So I mean, that would just be what I have to say on it. Some things just need to be brought up, and some people need to be taught.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, comes out in 2024. So we still got a while. We still got a while before it does come out. But you know, as always, if you got to see the picture that Todd Phillips released on Instagram, let us know what you guys think down below. Question is for you. Did you get to see the picture? What are your thoughts on it? Did you see the first film? Did you like the first film? Were you one that said, you know, because I've seen a lot of people when the film first came out was asking why are they doing a Joker film? I was not one of the ones that said that, just because I love the Joker, but I did ask why on the second one. My question is why to this one, but I guess we'll have to wait to see what is going on in this film. Have to see plot leaks, have to see this and all that. But let us know down below what you guys are thinking. Are you excited for this? Are you not excited for this? And if so, if you are excited, what are you excited for? And if you're not excited, why aren't you excited? So let us know down below in the comments. So here's how our comment section is going to work. As you guys know, Friday we did a 7-hour stream. And which I loved. It was fun doing. Talking with all of you guys, talking about stuff outside of the stuff that we normally get in here and talk about, so it was fun. But with our comment section getting the way that it is, with comments going the entire stream, which again, we love, don't stop doing that. We love having everybody in the stream talking the entire time, but with them going the entire time, it gets a little difficult for us to manage comments to be able to keep up with the stream and time and things that we have to do outside of the studio and things like that. Yeah. So here's how we are going to do, like, our before you even go on. Like now, sometimes there's comments we could talk about for an hour. Yeah. Just one comment we sit and chatting about for an hour or anything. So it's really not. It's really more on us. Like, we literally have not learned how to manage that stuff yet. Yeah. So to manage it for now on, it's going to be we are going to pick 4 of the each one. Well, not me, but they'll pick. Q will pick 4 comments. Kellen will pick 4 comments, and then those 4 comments are going to be the ones we touch on. If you have something that you would like us to see and discuss, again, I never like saying this stuff, but I've been talking with my producer, and he's been trying to push me to say certain things. These are things I don't like saying, but with the way the channel's moving and the growth and things that we're having, these are things that kind of have to start being said now. Like I said, if you guys, we want to talk with everyone, we want to see everybody's chat, and if your chat is not one of the ones, or something you've sent is not one of the ones chosen that we discuss, that they choose and we discuss, if you would like to, never feel obligated. Please don't ever feel obligated. But if you'd like to, you can send a super chat and then we can address it that way. But we are just at a point now to where, again, we love it. Love the fact that we have reached this point. Best believe we are reading every comment still. Yeah. It's just everyone might not get read out loud, but all 3 of us are still eyes on every comment that comes across the screen. I don't remember what I was saying. I cut you off when you're saying which we love. Right. So we love talking with. I don't remember. You tried to spin the wheel. We love talking with you guys. We love having these conversations and things like that. So I never want you guys to feel obligated to send anything. but again, with the way that we've reached, with the way that the channel's going, the things that we've reached, we're gonna have to have it be a way that we can coordinate time. So that's where we've reached right now. Like I said, we appreciate everybody that does continuously chat with us and that's continuously hearing things like that. Please don't stop sending things in the chat. We still want to talk with you guys always. But go ahead and pick the ones there that we're gonna do before we move to the next topic.
Official EMG said, did y'all see the concept art of Shuri as Aja Adana with Riri Williams from the back when T'Challa was in the film? Not gonna lie, it looked so damn good.
I don't
I
think I
missed
saw
that
it.
one.
I don't think I saw it.
So you might have to drop that one in the
unless
Discord if you there.
Unless someone tags me in, like Terrell tagged me in the Black Panther. That I didn't even upload today. Okay, but Terrell tagged me in the Black Panther video, or not video, the thing we just discussed, that from Joe Blow. Unless someone tags me in something Black Panther, I don't see it because I'm not looking for it. I mean, when I get up here and I say things, I mean it, bro. Like, I'm not just up here just shooting farts out my fucking ass. I mean it. Like, when I say I'm done with the Black Panther franchise, I mean that. Yeah. Like, until T'Challa is back, and I'm not talking a little Toussaint. When T'Challa's back, I'll be back. But until then, I don't see any of that shit. None of it. So, but that would be cool to see. I wouldn't mind seeing that concept art. But no, I did not. I personally did not see it.
Raymond said, happy why are we making another Joker movie day, everybody? And me and Raymond, you might be my biggest stop on this one, because for me it's just as simple as I want to see Joaquin as the Joker again, because I just love the way he did it the first time. And I mean, I don't know, I just feel like after one movie there's more to tell. Like, I don't know, I wouldn't have liked if they would have cut his movie or the second movie out if they had an official plan for it and everything. I mean, it's low budget and everything. If you got a low budget film that makes $1 billion, you do it again until you fail, in my opinion. It's low budget, you can't lose that much.
I also asked for why. The reason I asked for why, and Joker's my favorite villain of all time, like even outside of Star Wars, or even mixed with the Star Wars, like he's my favorite villain of all time. Like there will never be a villain of mine that can top him. But I also asked for why, and the reason I asked for why is because the first one was good. I love the first one, but it's still I don't like films. It's the same thing like with Venom. I enjoy the first Venom, but then we got a second one which I didn't like. And then there's no Spider-Man.
They ruined Carnage. And
then with Morbius, there's no Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, with Joker, there's no Batman.
It just doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what are we doing without these? I mean, that's the whole draw. That was the whole draw for me going to see Morbius. And just so everyone knows, I still have not seen that film. I won't. Because again, it's like, you advertised for 2 years Spider-Man's in the film, and that was the only draw that I even wanted to make me see it, because it's a Spider-Man villain. Then you just gave us Spider-Man's villain, and it bombed, and then it bombed twice. Now this didn't bomb, obviously. No. This was a great
what was the
film.
Advertising like on?
For what?
Paying on the first Joker. I wasn't paying too much attention to it like that.
They did. I mean,
it was advertised.
Yeah, they
fairly heavily, but
just simple casual for the movie.
Just trailer, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it was advertised fine. I mean,
know what I think part of it is, too, that gives the why, is obviously the absence of Batman, like you're saying, but we weren't ever presented with a person in the first movie that could be a crime lord, like, master planner who could, like, take on Batman.
Right.
Like, what we were given was a great acting performance, a great script, a good movie, but it wasn't... You know what I mean? Like,
it wasn't plot driving.
Yeah, I don't see him being the Joker that we know who could take on Batman.
Take on Batman. That was my thing.
Yeah, run a crime syndicate. That was my only thing. But other than that, it was just a really good film.
Yeah, It was.
That's,
you know.
I don't know. I just I couldn't see this nigga like just tricking niggas and doing stupid shit.
Yeah,
just
I couldn't
to
see him with Batman at all.
Right.
I don't know. I just love him though. I do.
Yeah, I mean he's great.
I love him. I love the first movie so much. Like I still rewatch the whole first movie almost every week. Just I don't know.
Oh really?
That movie's beautiful to me. Like it's supposed like it's not supposed to be a comedy to me either. But it is.
Oh,
like,
I cracked up multiple times. In that
like
movie.
when he scared the shit out of that. What's the midget's
The little person? Yeah.
When he scared that, bro. That is one of my favorite scenes ever. But I don't know. I don't have the why question is answered to me whenever it's just I want to see him as a Joker again.
That and it made $1 billion.
Yeah.
Miss Keto, we appreciate you being here.
Xavier Phoenix said the way Phoenix transforms his body for the role is astounding. Yeah, no, that's, I mean, like, everyone talks about when the actors put muscle on, but I mean, taking weight off is...
Oh, that's way more difficult. You can't take steroids and do that.
It's like, the day-to-day basis is harder to maintain. Like, not more on, like, a physical...
I would argue that 50 lost way more.
When he was supposed to do that role for the movie that he never did, he lost a shit ton of weight, and I mean a shit ton. Brother was out here looking like a crackhead. Shit ton of weight. I mean, but that is a lot of weight.
Well, he got down to like 120 something, so that was crazy. Dallas Buyers Club was a pretty crazy one by McConaughey. He got down to about 130, but the craziest was Christian Bale, the Machinist.
Yep.
He got down to like around 100.
Yeah.
That was... But
a lot of weight.
He was able to bounce back. His next movie was Batman. He had to get up to 220 after that. That's what's crazy. But McConaughey was older when he did it. I feel like McConaughey's face has never... He never got it back fully. Yeah. And he said that after doing that role, that like his organs, everything, like just health-wise, he was fucked up for like years. He's just now starting to feel normal again. But he still doesn't look like he looked.
Yeah. That was before. That was
him,
before Wolf of Wall Street. That was before Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, I often think about that.
Which that's just his warm up, his vocal warm up. Did you know that?
Oh no, I didn't know that.
That's his vocal warm up.
I did not
Leo was
know
like,
that.
"The fuck are you doing?" Because he was doing it before the scene. He's like, "Oh, I do it because, I gotta have a little honey to my voice, basically." And then they put it in the movie because they just thought it was funny. That's just something he does to warm up. The little
That's funny.
And then Raymond 2000 also said, "Thank God that it's not a musical." Yeah, I was never under the impression it was going to be a full blown musical. I just knew it'd have those little elements.
I really don't know. Like I said, as far
I still don't
see it when I see it. I'm not gonna lie. It's not like I love the Joker. God, man, I do. But it's not like I'm not anticipating it right now.
Maybe it's because it's so early.
I am. I don't know why I am.
Because when this picture dropped and everybody was sharing it on Twitter,
I didn't really give a fuck about this picture either, though.
Yeah, I when people were sharing this on Twitter, I was like, everybody's like, "Oh my God!" I was like, "What the fuck?"
I never get too excited about Phoenix.
I just think it's because I like movies where it's like. I like movies where you get the two people and they get that emotional connection and everything, but it's not even like they're gonna have an emotional. It's like just the relationship and how stuff is established between him and Harley, like that I'm expecting to see. I don't know. I'm just excited. I was excited whenever they announced the second one, but I was even more when they said Lady Gaga would be playing Harley, just because.
I'm excited for Gaga.
I don't know. I feel like with everything that's been going on with the DC, it kind of fucked up their plans because I feel like they want to do a trilogy.
I mean, they still can.
No, I'm just saying like that, but because this coming out officially let us know like, hey, we're not scrapping this shit and everything. So I mean, like we don't know what's to come in the next few years.
If it all takes place in Arkham, and then like that transition with Harley happens at the end, that would definitely set up a trilogy.
I just feel like when they saw that first one hit $1 billion, they wrote two more.
That's why when everybody was saying, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is gone, I was like, because of the whole new 10-year plan. I was like, no, the fuck it ain't. Now you can make arguments for Matt Reeves' Batman. Again, I don't know for sure. We'll have to wait to see what the investment or what the meeting with Zaslav looks like this week. But I can't wait. God, I can't wait for that to come out so we can talk about that. But Joker was never in danger. It made $1 billion.
Yeah.
You don't think DC? It's that and Aquaman are the only two DC billion-dollar films. So it's like when you have two, no matter how whatever your thoughts might have been on the first Joker, and even with the thoughts of them doing their new reboot, it was never going to be one of those things where like, nah.
No, the studio's not passing that up.
It's $1 billion. DC doesn't have wins like that often.
Well, you do 4 more comments. I gotta call my fiance real quick. Sorry, she's emergency. Sorry.
I love The Killing Joke. From D Stizzle said The Killing Joke is his best Joker story. I love The Killing Joke. That's the one I was saying last week that Mark Hamill gets up on when he got up on stage and they asked him to
do the excerpt of it. He was doing The Killing Joke, and it's so good.
So good.
DJF and I said the Joker movie is good, but he didn't have any good playback for me, so I don't have a reason to have a part 2.
Yeah, like I said, there's
There were some people that felt the way that you feel too. Like I said, for me personally, I watched it quite a few times. Again, now this one, I don't have any expectations. I don't have any excitement right now. It's just I'll see it when I see it. But as of right now, like I said, it just is what it is. I'm not really looking for Joker 2 right now. But I'll see it.
Of course, I definitely will watch it. The Dark Knight. I'm talking about. I'm sorry. I didn't mean Christopher Nolan's trilogy.
Obviously, we all know
Dark Knight with Heath Ledger. That was to me
historically
DC's
W.
One of the best things they've ever
put out. Like that. That was
amazing. So yeah, for sure those. I meant more so like the newer regime of DC and things that they're doing there. Let's see.
Are you on?
Camino 215 said the main reason why we fell in love with the Joker and Venom because Batman and Spider-Man was the opposite, and I looked forward to them fighting and stopping them. Yeah, it's kind of like I was saying. That's why I was saying like for why with this one, because it. The first one, you did it without Batman. And even when the first Joker movie was announced and it had no Batman, before I had seen the film or seen the trailer, my question was, so there's no Batman? Where's Batman? What are we doing? Blah, blah, blah. But with there being no Batman, after seeing it, I was like, okay, that worked. Without Batman, it was still good, blah, 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 blah.
But see, here we are now.
And it's Joker 2.
I don't know. But I do feel you on that. I feel the same way. That's
why I didn't see Morbius. I feel you.
Let's see.
Justin Mercado said, honestly, I'm just tired of the Joker. Like, this character, especially in the past decade, has been done to death in almost every type of media. The first one was fine, though. I never wanted it, to be honest.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I will. I can give you that too. We see the Joker. We've seen many iterations of the Joker. Like personally for me, I have my favorites, but we have many iterations of the Joker, and I guess somebody could get sick of seeing the Joker so much. We've got our newest iteration in Barry Keoghan's version that we are going to be seeing. I'm assuming in Matt Reeves's trilogy or 4 or however many he's doing.
I don't get sick of seeing the Joker done well. So
done well at all. No.
I'll never be sick of Mark Hamill being the Joker. That's perfection. Yeah. I will never not go back and watch Heath Ledger, and then I really do enjoy Joaquin. I do. So I'll see this movie for sure.
I enjoyed Barry Keoghan's 5-minute deleted scene.
I really did,
because it was different. It wasn't a copy of anything we've seen.
Ugly.
It was new. Yeah, dude. Yeah,
what was it? What was that's the new 52 Joker, isn't it? Which Joker is that? That's the one from the comics.
Yes.
The one from the comic that
cut his own
Yeah,
face
he
off.
cuts faces off, and
Puts
yeah.
people's
Mm-hmm.
cuts other people's faces off and
Yeah.
puts them on his.
I believe that's
for
the new
masks
52.
and shit.
But yeah, I liked Barry's Joker. I liked Joaquin's, and obviously Heath's my shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's my shit.
I was definitely Joker for Halloween that year.
Who's next?
Raymond said, I rewatched Joker and it is actually good, but a Joker film with no Batman, for why?
R.W. Chi-Town said, Joker is not for me, but if they made a Magneto movie, sign me up. Wouldn't mind seeing Magneto either. Did we touch all the ones there for this topic?
Kellen?
Let's
Anything
see.
you want to touch?
I'll give out a couple more too.
Pause.
Justin
pause.
said, last time I missed the stream,
Pause.
it was 7 hours long. Not expecting it to be that long, but I still made sure to be here this time. LOL. Yeah, bro, no, we appreciate you. No, yeah, that 7-hour one, that was unprompted, but it happened.
Mm-hmm. Kenny Pierce says they'll put just enough Batman in the movie to justify its existence, just like the first one. If there's no Wayne, it's not really Joker. So, like, yeah, how they, like, he literally sees, like, little Bruce through the gate and stuff.
Puts
like,
his
just
fucking
that, but-
fingers in his mouth and shit.
so
like,
weird.
bro, oh, that was
Alfred's like, what the fuck?
yeah, bro. The first scene, I was like, yo. I was like, you're not going to shoot this nigga? Like, you just going to take the kill?
Right.
Like, if I
He just
go
runs
in the
off.
front yard and a random nigga got fingers in my child's mouth, bro.
Oh, like, you're doing it to, like, Elon Musk's kid, by the way.
That's why I was like, the richest nigga in the universe's child. Like,
Yeah.
We also have Gray, who mentioned that Dark Knight Rises also topped $1 billion for him.
oh, yeah.
Diesel agrees that the Joker's been overused since the 90s.
He has been used a lot.
And, yeah, I think that's... Raymond said we should have the 7-hour streams for Fridays and holidays. Hey, I want to see my family on holidays, Raymond.
Miss Keita said, I'm looking forward to Batman Beyond.
That hurts, Keita. That hurts because
As we all know, that is
gone.
Yeah.
It sucks.
You
It
just
sucks that that's
LOL
not
and-
happening. It sucks that that's not happening. For when I saw
Ezra
that,
Miller's not canceled,
Bro,
but that is
Side
canceled.
note, have you seen the Justice League or the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League game?
Yes, I
That
saw him mention
shit
it.
looks
Yeah,
lit.
it does.
I have.
It does look cool.
But when I saw
Heard that boy
the
Con.
Batman Beyond stuff, I was like,
bro, why even tell us that?
why even share that news with us that you're not doing it? But we'll move to the next topic here. The next topic is going to be Blue Beetle. So the Blue Beetle, we've kind of gotten some news about it. You know, we got the poster earlier this week. I believe it was earlier this week. Might have been last week. No, I'm sorry. This is a new week, so it was last week. Earlier last week, we got the poster for Blue Beetle, and
Sholo, who plays in
Cobra Kai. I believe Cobra Kai was Sholo's first.
acting debut. I could be wrong,
But that's the first thing I saw him in was Cobra Kai. Sholo got to start there. He's going to be portraying Jaime Reyes. And these are some of the things that we've gotten about Blue Beetle. So this comes out to us from comicbookmovie.com. And they say Blue Beetle was originally going to be one of the lowest budget DC movies developed exclusively for HBO Max.
if you do remember, it was only supposed to be coming out to HBO Max, but they changed it to
A full feature-length film.
Now, also, we did get the set photos months ago, I want to say now,
That actually looked really fucking good. He looked... I was not expecting the suit to look as good as it did. He looks like he does in Young Justice, and I'm
I'm a huge Jaime Reyes fan. I really am. So I'm like, bro, Blue Beetle, as far as DC films go, it is my most anticipated DC anything that they're doing right now.
Yeah, it's my most anticipated. It says joining the Batgirl and planned features for characters like Black Canary and Zatanna.
Zatanna is another one of my fucking
I
favorites.
love Zatanna. I like Black Canary too, because
I like Black Canary too.
Fine.
I like Black Canary too. Warner Bros. Being acquired by Discovery changed everything, though, and it's now going to receive a theatrical release. Whether Jaime will be among the characters who make the leap into the new DCU is hard to say. He better. Through DC Studios, CEO co-CEO James Gunn did tweet out the first poster on his social media channels.
Yeah, no, so James did tweet that out, but James has been tweeting a lot
Yeah.
lately. But James did tweet that out, and so when he shared that, again, I don't know if you got, it was just me and, no, I don't remember who it was. Last time we talked, we said, I was telling everybody, James has his ear to the ground. You look on Twitter, James is always sharing something. He's always replying to fans, whether it be good or bad. And he's giving us an inside look at some of the things that they are going to be doing with some of the things that he shares. Like sharing the Blue Beetle poster, again, I think goes to show that not you could say, oh no, Darius is just sharing it because he's the CEO, and it's like, but you could, I'm gonna be more inclined to believe that he shared it because it's gonna be in line with their overall 10-year plan. Yeah. I mean, I think Jaime's going to play a role in what they're trying to do.
He's probably going to play a huge role.
Yeah.
Probably.
I feel like he's putting fires out. Like, he's, like, saying, like, I know that this has sucked, but, like, I'm here.
Yeah, I mean...
Or even if you don't know Blue Beetle, you better get to know him.
Yeah, and that was one of the first things Gunn said, is that he understood, taking the job. He said that, taking this job, I know that things aren't rocky right now between the fandom and everything. He's like, I promise you, when we come in, Peter and I are going to do our best to fix everything, blah, blah, blah. So they're coming in to definitely fix it. Then it says, Sholo, I can't pronounce Sholo's last name. I'm not going to try. Sholo and Susan Sarandon lead the Blue Beetle cast, and we now have a synopsis shared by Warner Brothers in its 2023 slate preview. There's a lot here for comic book fans to be excited about. Alas, there's no mention of the original Blue Beetle, so no mention of Ted. Obviously, you know that Ted is the original Blue Beetle. Jaime becomes the second Blue Beetle. Like you see, I mean, if you watch Young Justice, these are kind of things you kind of can know too. I mean, not just Young Justice, but also Jaime's comics. But these are things that you can learn, that you learn in Young Justice. If you're not a reader, you don't want to read the comics, you can go watch Young Justice. And I think Young Justice does
so
a
much from
brilliant
the
job.
Animations, just the DC animations in general,
which are so good.
Young Justice does a brilliant job of fleshing Jaime out.
It does,
brilliant job of fleshing him out.
Beat the shit. You about to kill that nigga Robin.
Yeah. So then the synopsis for it says, recent college grad Jaime Reyes returns home full of aspirations for his future. So it's starting a little different. Obviously, he's a college grad at this point, so it's not exactly the same, but a little bit. Only to find that home is not quite as he left it. It begins as he searches to find his purpose in the world. Fate intervenes when Jaime unexpectedly finds himself in possession of an ancient relic of alien biotechnology, the Scarab. When the Scarab suddenly chooses Jaime to be its symbiotic host, he is bestowed with an incredible suit of armor capable of extraordinary and unpredictable powers. The description concludes, forever changing his destiny as he becomes a superhero, Blue Beetle. We're excited about this one and hope the first trailer will be released in time for Shazam. Oh, really? When does Shazam come out? Not that I give a shit.
That's what I was just thinking. Is it June?
Is it?
It's March
17th, 2023.
Oh, it's sooner.
So okay, so
comes out on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, that's not far. That's basically 3 months away.
I'm going on my honeymoon.
It is 3 months almost. Yep.
Yeah,
I will not be seeing that. I will be drinking at a pub.
We could get
bootlegging and go to sleep.
Hey, hon, I know it's our honeymoon, but you want to watch it?
March.
Look at a little movie bootleg for the night.
Then it goes on to say,
chill, babe.
Set photos showcasing Blue Beetle's costume have been well received by fans, but it's bound to look even better on screen. That's gonna be pretty dope. So it's set to hit theaters August 18th, 2023. So that's not that bad. That's not that far away, and especially if we're getting a trailer in March. So yeah, I've been excited for this. It's been no secret that I've been excited for this. Anytime that Sholo shares anything on his Instagram or they share anything about it, I make sure that I share it because I am really excited for this. And again, I was a Blue Beetle fan of Jaime Reyes before Young Justice, but Young Justice really took my fandom for Jaime and then took it up here. I mean, they do something in Young Justice with Jaime that is just, it's different. It's like they make him such, he's already a likable character, but they make him such a likable character in there. Like you really fall in love with Jaime. He's easily one of my favorite characters in Young Justice, and the relation. I even like the relationship. I like the way they handle the Scarab in Young Justice as well. Like this, the way they handle the Scarab is they do a really good job. So I'm hoping that they keep it in line with that in the movie. I mean, but I don't want it to. I'm sure they don't want it to be like a Venom thing either. You know, where it's Venom and you know you know how it is with Venom. You hear Venom, but you don't always see Venom. Obviously, the same thing with the Scarab. The Scarab can speak to Jaime and things like that. But I wonder how they're going to handle that. Is it going to be like a Moon Knight Venom type deal, or is it, you know, how are you going to handle that? So I'm excited for it.
What it'll do.
Probably. Probably.
After James Gunn's scene in Khonshu, like the voice actor won awards for that shit. And, I mean, Khonshu's voice was good and everything, but I mean,
Khonshu was hilarious.
I just hope with Jaime it's not overdone too much to the point where it's more like Scarab telling him what to do the whole movie type shit. That's not what I want to see.
Yeah. No, and like I said, I'm excited for this, but not just me being excited for this. You know, obviously something I always talk about is representation. And I have seen so many. Actually, I watched an interview with Sholo. Sholo did an interview. I don't remember who it was with. It was with a Hispanic radio personality, and they were talking, and she was telling him how she said, you don't understand. You have my household in a frenzy. She was like, my kids are so excited for this. She's like, not just my kids. She's like, I'm excited for this. My brother's, my husband's excited.
Cool.
And that's what I'm saying. That's so cool because representation fucking matters, and being able to see yourself on screen.
Okay.
We don't have, outside of the newest Namor or whoever, you don't have any Hispanic heroes on screen that you can look up to.
No love.
Yeah, so I think it's really cool, and and again, too, the last thing I'll say about it, having Sholo portraying Jaime, I really have fallen in love with Sholo too as an actor, because his first season on Cobra Kai, I think that was his first acting gig. I want to say so. His first season on Cobra Kai was like, he was good. He's a good actor. He was fine. You know, it's Cobra Kai. He was fine.
It was YouTube Red.
Yeah, that was a YouTube show.
It started as a
YouTube show. So you know, it was fine. But watching him in interviews, I follow him on Instagram too. But following him on Instagram, seeing his personal life and things like that, and then watching him in interviews and things like that, I like Sholo. I really do, and I think he's gonna make a great Jaime Reyes. So I'm excited. Especially now that I know that a trailer's coming in March. I'm excited for that. The movie comes out in August.
I'm excited the direction DC's going, and getting another good character like this on the screen is just, you know,
and the poster,
something to be excited for.
The poster looks good too.
Yeah, I like the colors. But the poster for Wonder Woman 84 looked good too.
Another things that got first, that leaked image where we saw his suit and everything, that shit,
yeah, no, his suit.
we were
like this whole
at
project
last
is low
week,
key
I
a
think.
W from everything we've been seeing and everything. We haven't no reason to think this is gonna be anything bad.
Yeah, no, his
or anything close to bad.
His suit looks great. I'm pulling it up now just so if anybody has not seen, I'm sure everybody's seen it, but just in case you have not seen Sholo in the suit, I will pull that up for you. So yeah, no, his suit looks great.
Shit is so clean.
Yeah, bro, he looks good.
Looks kind of comfy.
All the DC's costumes have been good. Like, I remember whenever they did the Black Adam premiere and they had all the suits, like, on the stands and everything, and costumes and stuff. They're all just so detailed and shit. Like, they just look good.
Here we go. You can't go to, like, the next or the next. Some of these sites and the way that they have their shit is a little fucked. Yeah, no, this is gonna be good.
That shit is so clean.
This is gonna be good because the suit looks
Especially
good, bro.
when they
The
add
suit
all
looks,
the shit
yeah.
Back, bro, that shit's gonna be
When
so
the
gas.
VFX get entered into all this, matched with the way his suit looks, bro. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. I really am. And then as I've
that
always
shit is
said,
so fucking clean.
bro, it looks so. I'm excited. Yeah,
I forgot
I haven't been excited about DC in a minute.
Catalog came out.
I only remember there being one.
Because, the one of him standing up, turning around. I forgot this whole little catalog.
Doing the
this shit is
Bigfoot walk.
it looks so good.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. But, like I said, let me see if I can find one more here. One more. Is there one of Sholo? Okay, there it is.
Yep. That one, too. There was like two.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, bro. Sholo, and Sholo looks good in it. Like, he looks like... I'm excited. I think he's going to do a good job. Jaime Reyes is goated for sure. But, as always, question is for you guys. Let us know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking. Are you excited for Blue Beetle? Was Blue Beetle one that was on your radar? Did you watch Young Justice? Did you know anything about Blue Beetle before maybe hearing about this? Or maybe if you watched Young Justice before Young Justice or anything like that? And if so, what are you expecting from this movie? If not, if maybe you're one of the ones that's like, I'm done with DC, so I don't really give a damn about this movie. But either or, let us know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking. Like I said, I'm pretty excited for it. What are the comments saying?
Justin Mercado said, as a Puerto Rican, I need this Blue Beetle film to do good. This is the only Hispanic superhero that's ever been put on film. Not even a big Blue Beetle fan, but I still like him enough. Even if I'm not Mexican like Jaime, I need this representation.
Exactly.
Also, technically, Jaime is the third Blue Beetle and Ted was the second. I don't know the first one's name, to be honest, because he isn't as well known.
Yep.
And then Silver Wishes has also said, me as a Puerto Rican, I hope Blue Beetle does well.
The first Blue Beetle, it's Ted, Jaime. Who's before Ted? Garrett. That's Garrett's first name. His last name's Garrett.
Because I barely
Dan
knew
Garrett.
Ted.
Yeah.
I couldn't have even pulled
I
that.
only knew Ted because of this.
Yeah.
The
Young Justice.
Young Justice. Yeah, I said Avengers, my dumbass. Then I'll read one more. Raymond said, I have never been more excited for a DC movie since BVS. Do not remind me. Batman vs. Do not remind me of how it turned out. I'll cry. I love Blue Beetle. Young Justice turned me on to this character. Yeah, no, that's also, I'd admit, this is where
I retweeted something on Twitter the other day that said, shout out to Young Justice for the development of the character of Blue Beetle, Jaime Reyes, and making him so popular. Because honestly, like I said, I liked Jaime before. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I was like this huge Blue Beetle fan, because I was not.
Nah, bro. The second he showed up and was fighting Robin, that's when I became a Blue Beetle fan.
Yeah, like I was not a big Blue Beetle fan like that. But with what they did with Jaime and Young Justice, I was like, oh shit, I actually really fuck with Blue Beetle way more than I thought I did. Yeah, so no, I agree with you. Young Justice, I keep saying this for people that haven't watched it, bro. Young Justice is the shit. It is so good. I cannot wait for the next season, if we even get it. But
all right, we got Diff and Nice saying Blue Beetle is going to be DC's Spider-Man. Honestly, yeah, that could be cool having a young character like that. It's like
honestly, I mean,
got a personality that's likable and.
He's got a like, and like not only that, I know I keep saying on Sholo, but Sholo's personality is such a likable personality. It's like Tom, bro. It's like Tom. Tom has one of those personalities where you like him on screen, you like him off screen. Like,
or you don't.
Or you don't. Or you don't.
But rarely,
if you don't,
but there's
a little
no.
strange,
I was gonna say, I rarely hear the people that Tom Holland's annoying, this, that, but like there's never any in the middle. Like most people just love Tom Holland, or the very few hate him.
I love Tom. I love Tom.
Such a cute, innocent human.
He feels like he's my nephew.
Just not walking around harming the world. Just such an innocent life in Tom.
Yes, that's it. That's what it is the innocence.
Got with Zendaya and everything. Kind of hate him for that.
The rumor on the street is they're engaged.
Yeah, I know. Fuck them.
That's my representation.
Fuck them. I hate them. That's one of the reasons I was like, damn, bro. Like, if you cast me as Spider-Man, I'd be dating Zendaya. Like,
hey man, you'd be shooting them webs.
That, bro, him being cast as Spider-Man, like, that nigga's life is a W.
Like,
it's gonna Sholo's life's gonna change for sure.
Hopefully,
this will be big.
Honestly, though, because I mean that'd be so big for a DC character as well to get that type of attention.
To get a Spider-Man type of attention.
Yep.
Who said that? Who said that?
That was. Let me go back up to it. It was like DJ.
DJF and Nice.
Yeah,
yes,
DJF
very,
and Nice.
Very, very true. DJF and Nice.
Yeah.
Very true, because if done correctly, moving it from HBO to a movie, if the budget's there and the story's there, and we already know, well, for me personally, if you know Sholo stuff, Sholo,
The cast should be there. The suit's
like
there.
he could be it could be something like that for
James
DC.
Gunn puts an end to that fucking slow down camera shit.
Yeah.
Whenever I hope he puts his end to that shit.
As
but
long as he keeps Cyclone's little thing.
like I said before,
That was OP.
like I said, like nothing in this
that
like
shit
looks
so
like
much.
we should be talking anything
Yeah.
bad about it though. Like this shit should be great.
Honestly, like this and Flash are my most anticipated currently.
Yeah, I'm
Just
pretty
because of all the
excited
good
for
things
it.
I've heard about Flash.
What's next?
Let's see. We got Matt Lennon saying, "I would love to see Black Beetle."
Ah,
A lot
That's
of
that's a direction that could be gone down. Let's see.
I wonder if he can how easy it is for him to move. I'm just looking at different pictures
If
of
the
him
suit
in it.
looks
Yeah,
stiff or not.
yeah.
Right.
Like, I wonder if he can move in that
It
motherfucker.
seems flexible. You know, he's got his leg hiked up there.
Here,
I was
while
gonna say, but what do you think about like his shoulders and shit? Like his legs can probably move, hell, but his shoulders just look like he kind of.
while we're sitting here doing this, I'll let you guys see the pictures
You
too.
gotta walk around like this.
We got official Liam G saying, "As a Dominican man myself, I'm so excited for Hispanic hero on the big screen." So basically, we've just got a lot of that in the chat that we're reading.
mean-
That's just our chat that we've got going tonight. So just it's anytime that there's a new, whether it was Shang-Chi, anything that we've got like a new group of people, kids, adults, everything who can be represented. It's just awesome.
I mean, but what was like Levon saying last week? How we only like the first 3 phases of Marvel was just white men and everything. Like I mean, like the world's so diverse. I mean, so I know the world's so happy to see just finally getting the diversity on screen
Right.
at that point because, I mean, not only is it representation, but I mean it's just better storytelling whenever not everyone is coming from the same background, and then you have these different interactions with different characters from different places and different personalities and stuff. Like, it just makes for better storytelling and better character connection and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm never opposed to adding anything or making anything more diverse. So I mean, I hope their next character isn't just some basic DC character that we always get. Like, I hope they give us another diverse to go get a target audience to bring into DC. Because I mean,
Right.
the Blue Beetle, I hope they do Blue Beetle better than Young Justice did, if possible. Because I mean,
Oh, they got some big shoes to fill.
Oh yeah.
they do, but like we've been talking about, they're filling them so far. Like,
Yeah.
I'll do one more. We got J. Rob kind of on the other side of things saying, I could care less about DC till they got Superman and Batman on track. Build the foundation before you build the roof."
I definitely agree with you. I agree
But it
with
does
you.
look good, though.
I agree with you, but here's what only thing I'll say to
I'll
that.
be concerned until they have those things squared
Yeah.
away.
The only thing I'll say to Batman
Raymond.
and Superman coming in and the foundation, because brother, I'm right there with you. That shit needs to be the first thing that DC gets correct, and that is making sure that you have. I mean, that was the whole argument that James Gunn was having with Josh. With Josh this past weekend, was that Superman is Superman is the focal point. I mean, David Zaslav said that in their investor meeting, that Superman is the focal point of what needs to be going, needs to be on moving forward.
Yeah.
But I will say this about that: as long as these stories, because like James Gunn said, there are some things that are true. There are some things that aren't true. And there are some things we haven't decided whether or not they are true. And with that being said, I think that is like the Wonder Woman 3. I think that obviously that's true. That's gone. They're done with that.
Yeah, Al's
Aquaman
done.
3, Aquaman 2 is going to happen, but that's the last time we're
Momoa's
seeing
Lobo
Momoa as Aquaman. So I agree with you about the making sure you have Batman, making sure you have Superman, making sure you have the foundation.
Yeah.
But if you have guys you have films like Blue Beetle that are already done that you can fit into your overall plan for your 10-year, then I feel like, do that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with already established stuff. Now, with what you're building with your DC plan, that that Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, that shit needs to be the groundwork moving forward. But you can have those guys coming in. Yeah.
And I kind of like bounce off what DJF and Nice said on, are they going to be recruiting Blue Beetle to start Young Justice in the movie? And it's like, even if they don't do that, it's like, back to what you just said and everything. Back to what you just said, it's just, even if you're building that foundation, this is another foundation on a separate, this is a whole, like he said, if Blue Beetle can build the Young Justice in the movie and everything and have all those separate characters, that's just a whole nother area for storytelling, minus, because then we should be getting the Justice League, then we have Young Justice already getting established and everything. It's just another way to start establishing that 10-year plan and not just focusing on one thing or introducing one certain team at once. Because, I mean, I know we kind of complain about, like, a lot of stuff going on in Marvel that doesn't really connect, but I mean, like, if DC has a lot of stuff going on that does connect, I don't think fans would be mad at that. So, I mean, if that's something they want to try and test out, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
That's what they brought Gunn over for, you know?
Yep. Right. So, directing, because I saw D. Stizzle's comment there, directing Blue Beetle is Angel, it might be Angel Manuel Soto. He has done... movies has he done? He's done Charm City. I don't want to mispronounce whatever that one is. Trying to see if there's something notable here.
I don't see anything I recognize.
I haven't seen anything. I don't see anything that I recognize either. That's a good question, though. Like D. Stizzle just said, do the writers and the director care about the source material? It's a good question. I mean, I would hope so. I really would hope so. I've not really heard too much from Sholo saying anything like... Because the interview that I watched him talking about it, he said that, you know, he's been caught up on the lore of Jaime Reyes. So I'm assuming if he's been caught up on the lore... I would hope the writers and directors. Yeah, I would hope so. I would hope that's not just something he just did. I mean, if it is that he just did on his own, that's dope. Yeah. Cool for him.
And good for us, honestly.
Yeah. But I'm hoping that they, like, I hope, bro, that they sat down.
Showed him what to start at, or at least gave him the backstory and what to get started on the lore and everything. And if he wanted to do that extensive research, hopefully that's what happened. But I mean, like, yeah, I definitely agree with you.
Yeah.
Is Raymond's comment true about Static Shock getting canceled?
Most likely.
I'm pretty sure.
Raymond ain't ever hopped in his bitch and lied.
I'm pretty sure.
Dude, that's a bummer. I loved that show as a kid.
Dougie Fresh also said, as a honorary Mexican, I also hope the movie does good. And again, that's just what I mean about the representation factor. This is honestly, I hope Blue Beetle. I hope it does.
Yeah,
tremendously better than.
I hope it beats the brakes off of Wakanda Forever.
Say it.
Yeah.
I hope it beats the brakes off Wakanda Forever.
And
you want to know why? Yes, because of the representation. People are going, they're not just going, they're going because, one, it's a Hispanic hero on screen, but even people that had no fucking clue in 2018 who Black Panther or T'Challa were, went to see it because it was a cultural movement. I hope this shit is such a cultural movement for the Hispanic community that it blows the fuck up. I really do.
I hope it does too.
I want it to. I really do.
They did a Hispanic superhero movie a few years back that was some like random character that they were like really, because I heard a guy do an interview on a podcast I listened to. They were like really trying to get it to like tap into like the Hispanic like marketplace and to give that representation. And like he was talking on there how, you know, there wasn't that. And I remember thinking that it was cool at the time. The problem was the trailer looked like shit, and from what I heard, the movie was terrible. So nothing happened.
Right.
But I remember at the time thinking, yeah, there isn't any representation.
A community with a shit character.
It wasn't done well. Yeah. So what I'm hoping is that they get this. I'm with you with that because.
No, that'd be huge for the Mexican.
No, it would
community,
be
just to get Namor and then Blue Beetle back to back like that. Like
it would be.
My brother-in-law's from Mexico. I'm sure he'll be crunk to go see this for sure.
Yeah, no, I hope it blows up. I really do. Grace said, I hope they keep Blue Beetle moving forward, and I agree. Yeah, I really hope that they keep moving forward. I don't remember who said the Young Justice comment,
DJF and Nice.
DJF and Nice said that. Yeah. So if they
do a Young Justice something with them. That's what I'm here for. Bro.
Yeah.
That would be so dope. That would be so dope.
For sure.
Keita said Blue Beetle sounds good. Planet Poppy, appreciate you being here. He said, what's
What?
up?
What the? It's a side question, but what are they doing with Cyborg and that shit? Is he going Justice League or?
To be honest,
We were just talking about
is he
that on
going
Thursday. Which is he doing?
To be honest, he needs to be in the Teen Titans.
That's what
Yeah,
what
I
was
prefer him
thinking,
there.
bro.
Yeah, I prefer him
him
with the
there.
Teen Titans, and maybe that could just be because I grew up with him in the
In
Teen
the Teen-
Titans.
yeah.
But I
Right?
just
that's what we were talking about.
yeah, I just prefer him being the Teen
Other than
Titans.
that Doom,
Doom Patrol.
yeah, or no, that Doom animated one.
Oh, where he's a
Justice
part of the
League.
league.
Yeah.
That's the only
But see, that
time that I
makes
liked
sense.
him in Justice.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what, well, I was
Justice
gonna
League.
say even in the other times, like even in
I mean, I don't mind him being with the league sometimes.
Zack
Yeah.
Snyder and everything, like
Yeah, yeah,
fucking,
yeah.
that was awkward having him in Justice League. And
Yeah,
everything,
see,
in my
like, yeah, I
opinion.
didn't like him in that, really.
Yeah, like
But they didn't give, like, us any reason at
expert,
all
yeah.
to care. There was very little backstory other than that, like, little rainy
Yeah,
scene.
Ray Fisher was kind of, not kind of. Ray Fisher was treated like shit.
Yeah.
Not Again 90 said, diversity is always good story-wise. I agree, as long as the script and execution down pack.
Yeah, I agree, bro. As
Yep.
long as that's one thing. That's kind of like D. Sizzle was just saying. I hope the writers and the director are up on their lore and care about the lore and source material so that this is.
I mean, but if they are, imagine how good of a start that is. Because if they're up to their Blue Beetle lore, they're gonna be having their writers up to lore on everything else. I would assume, just because Blue Beetle's not bigger than Superman, the Justice League. So, I mean,
And I wonder if has Gunn seen this? Is he gonna want to see this before it goes? I'm sure. I mean, CEO. I mean, there's nothing they can change right now. It might be locked. It might.
where
don't
is
know
it
if it's
at?
an unlocked film.
Is it done filming?
I think they're done.
I think so, yeah.
I think they're done. Yeah.
So it's production, or are they still in?
I think
like,
they're
editing and
probably
stuff?
in the editing
Yeah,
stages
yeah.
and stuff right now, but it's done filming. Yeah.
You know, Tank Kramer brings something interesting up. He said, look at the crumbs of Namor we got, and we lost our minds. Now a character who was made Mexican from the start, people would love.
Yeah, that's very true. You know, this is not them changing
Switching someone
Jaime's.
to represent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is who Jaime is. This is, and again,
And that kind of just. Yep, I'm
love
glad
it.
they said that.
I love it. And I wonder if we even, speaking with Young Justice, I wonder if we're going to touch, what are they? I always forget the name. Are they the Outsiders? No, not the Outsiders.
I know what you're talking.
Tom Cruise movie from
No,
the 80s.
the group that Jaime finds himself with. They're all. Help me, Chad. If you watch Young Justice, is it the Outsiders?
I never
Is that
finished
the
Young
group?
Justice because I don't know what I'm doing with my life.
What season did you start? Just season 1?
I think I've seen, all of season 1.
Bro, I know who you're talking
And then
about.
I
The second
didn't pick
someone
up after
comments
that.
it or I find it,
I think it's the Outsiders. I want to say.
that sounds right.
I want to say. Yeah, the
Ant-Man 921 said the Outsiders. Yeah,
Okay.
it is the Outsiders. I thought so. So it's the Outsiders that are. Okay, I thought so. So
Is
yeah,
that-
I wonder if they could even. I doubt it. I really do. I doubt that they give us any type of. I doubt they even dive into the Outsiders stuff because that's really the Young Justice storyline thing
Right.
that they're doing. So I doubt it. But it would be cool to see connections. It really would.
so. Yeah.
As with any, dude, whether we're talking Marvel, DC, or Star Wars, it always comes down to connections, just being cool.
It's like
I hate that fan service is talked about in, a bad way.
Oh, I do
You know what
too.
I mean?
I do
Yeah.
too.
It's always like, oh, that was fan service. Okay,
that's-
well, who
that's
are
really
they
what it's
supposed to
for.
service?
Yeah, that's
the
what it's
person
for.
who randomly
The
stumbled
random
into the wrong
the
movie
random
on
audience
accident.
member who's in here
Yeah.
because their cousin said go watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell do you mean? Why?
Yeah.
Why is that a negative term? You know?
Because everything's got to be fucking negative. Everybody's
Yeah.
got to be
Play
negative.
this on this
People
channel.
people hear fan service and think fans are just bitching to get something on screen when in all reality and it's just can you do this for us because it's what happened?
Yeah.
That's all it is.
It's like when you go to
this
a
is what
restaurant,
happened. Can
do you order
please put it
shit
in
that
your-
you don't like? You know? No, you order shit that you like. If I go to a movie and there's a big group of us as fans, we're a community, and this is what we want, and we're the ones paying for it, shouldn't they give us that? I don't understand the negativity around it. It's bizarre to me.
I agree.
Let's see.
I saw that 2 comments I wanted to touch there. Official MG said, I'd rather have Titans so we can have Starfire, Raven, Blue Beetle.
Yep.
Can be on that too.
Starfire.
Let's see.
Raven.
Then we've
Beast
got
Boy.
Gray that said, Cyborg, yeah, I got that Justice League promotion back in the New 52 comics. Yeah, the New 52 comics changed quite a bit. They changed quite a bit. D. Stizzle said, Dick Grayson, Starfire, Supergirl have been on the Justice League team. I'm cool with Cyborg. I'm cool with Cyborg in the league. Like I said, there's moments I don't mind him in the league. Like when the one that you, I always forget the name. Is that, what movie is that? Is that Apocalypse War?
That's another one. Yeah, there's Apocalypse War. There's Justice League Doom.
Apocalypse War, he wasn't bad either.
I like him. I like in moments like that when the league really need that motherfucker. I'm like, yeah, because they need him. Like, because it makes it made sense. There's certain times where him being with the league where it makes sense, like because they need someone with his capability.
In Doom, it was that Batman did the contingency plan, and he's taken down the entire Justice League. And then he didn't have a contingency plan for Cyborg, so Cyborg was able to come and help, basically. So it made sense. Plus, I liked him in that. He came off well in that.
I like those movies too. So, but we'll move to the next topic there. Let me see. I forgot how he said it the last time. Was it? I don't want to pronounce your name incorrectly, bro. You said it. You broke it down for me the last time. I think it's Yusai. Is it Yusai? I think it's what he said last time. But he said they want to do Blue Beetle like Marvel did T'Challa. Marvel's hubris has them making dumbass decisions like killing T'Challa. DC has a lot to prove, and they are hungry, and they are the hungry underdog. Very true.
Bad,
and I'm saying that as a huge Marvel fan who prefers it way more than DC. Marvel needs these L's to get back on track, and I can't wait for James Gunn to bring the fight back to them. I agree with you. DC is hungry, and that's the thing. That's the thing. That one thing I always used to tell my basketball boys was hope is a dangerous motherfucking thing.
That shit is dead ass. If anyone, I feel like a lot of people don't know me and Darius Met, 'cause he's my basketball coach, and that fucking hope line has stuck with me. I'm like, I say that shit like when I'm watching a football game, I'm watching a basketball game, I'm talking to my little brother, I'm talking to my friend. I'm like, hope, even myself, I'm like, why the fuck do I got hope? Knowing it's going to lead me to just be delusional. Like, give up hope on some shit. Like, just face reality, because hope is dangerous.
Give up hope on Black Panther.
No, like you give a hobo a hope and he will buy a house.
Hope is
a single hope. Not more than one. Hope. That's it.
And in DC's case right now, giving them any type of hope that can show fans, not just fans, but show the current regime that DC has always had it to be what DC is. That hope is that's dangerous, because then Marvel does have a rival. Does have a rival, and that's what I want to see. I want to see DC like pound for pound
pushing each other.
Yeah, like when Marvel puts out a movie, like you got DC putting out one like a week, month
gonna
later.
Schedule some like
I would
let's
love
say
to
Marvel
see that.
has
go up
release
against
date
each other
for like November. Like DC, like fuck that. We gonna rival that. Same weekend, see who make more. Just shit like that. I mean, like even if they're not like big $1 billion films and shit. I mean. Because like we've seen with the Joker and everything, like low budget films can be made and they don't even have to make the most money. At least as long as you don't lose money on them and a couple of your fans like them and everything.
No, rising tides lift all boats, dude. Like if DC's doing well, that's good for Marvel. If Marvel's doing well, it's good for DC. Healthy competition.
That ain't the way it's been.
It's not the way it's been, but if we can get it there, they can drive each other.
I agree with what D. Stizzle said. He said, I don't want those classic Teen Titans characters to be regulated to the team forever. They should all grow up and join the league. I agree. They should. I mean, just like in Young Justice. Just like in Young Justice. Correct. Some of them, they grow up, and then they go
No, my question was more so just if we get when we do get the Cyborg introduction, where is he going to start out at?
Yeah.
Not necessarily ask. Because obviously I feel like we'll see him everywhere. Justice League, Teen Titans, everywhere. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll move on here to the next topic. The next topic that we're gonna move to. So I don't know if a lot of people have heard about this or not.
It's crazy.
I don't know if everybody has heard about this or not, or who heard this or what. But it came out
right before we started.
It came out in the headlines. Well, this is let me actually put it this way before I jump into it. It was not. This is not something that is.
The Hollywood Reporter's not talking about it. Variety's not talking about it. None of our major trades are talking about this. This is something that is kind of low-key at the moment, but could very, 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 like tomorrow, like the next hour, become very mainstream news. So for everybody that does not know, the actor that plays Mon Benali's Miss Marvel's father, I forget his name in the film, but his name is Mohan Kapur. Kapur, I think that's how I'm saying. I think that's how you say his last name.
I think that's correct.
But he's finding himself in a bit of hot water right now. He is. Let me pull that article here so you guys can see that. He right now is in the headlines because he is being accused of grooming a 15-year-old girl. Well, it started when she was 14. And I will read you the article here, and I will also read her tweets, because she tweeted out. So she tweeted.
That's where it came from?
She tweeted everything, and not just everything. She
like
tagged
receipts?
him. Yeah, she was like tagging him. Like
Yeah.
she says she has text messages. She didn't share any of that.
Yeah.
She just shared
It's
their
understandable.
interactions, not like in picture form. She was just typing out. But anyway, she was tagging him in these. He has since made his Twitter private. I went to his Instagram today, and there were people commenting on his Instagram saying, brother, we stand with you and this and that, blah, blah, blah.
Really?
Yeah, and the reason I say this right now, because I'm not going to, here's one thing I want to make sure we get over here at Planet Fanatics very, very correct. From any other channel or whatever, you might hear someone talk about this. In no way, shape, or form am I anybody, or any of us over here, anybody's judge, jury, or executioner.
No.
We do
Nor
not
do we
have
have
that
all the
power.
facts.
Yes, nor do we have
I
all
am
the
not trying
facts.
to play God.
Nor were we there, nor do we know, what was going on. I think this topic right here, I want to tread lightly, because this becomes a very dangerous game when you start accusing people of allegations like this.
Yes.
This is not one of those, he was staring at me. This is a serious allegation, and you want to make sure that the facts and things are there before you just go spitting out something and you sound ignorant to what's going
She's
on.
claiming this was regular, like regular. Like his ex, like she said that his ex knew.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna get into the article here. Obviously, his wife, from what I've read, his wife did know about it. Ex-wife now, but his wife did know about these type of things. The young lady, I guess, tried to even reach out to his wife because she said that she looked at them as a second pair of parents because of how close they were, and then his wife switched it up on her to make it seem like she was playing trying to frame her husband. So her wife started playing the victim at that point. So again, I want to make sure that we're just saying the things that are just in this article, and we're not going to come in and say things that we personally think or whatever or that. I mean, we can give you our opinions on what we think about grooming and 15-year-old girls and what someone his age would have in common with a 15-year-old girl, which is nothing. But I can't come in here and tell you, this man's guilty. He's a no. Until it comes out that he has been
I'm glad you said that. Yeah.
proven something, we cannot sit here and do
Like,
that.
I can say I think he's guilty.
Right.
Like, that word don't mean shit.
Right.
Like,
I'm gonna say it's not looking good. But
No, it's not looking good.
no.
does it say in the
worried.
article who this 15-year-old is in relationship to him? They work on a set together or something? Or?
No.
Okay.
I'll read the
I'm
first one
curious.
here. This is the first one that I read. Okay, so it says I'm going to read this article. The first article I'm reading is coming from the and again, this is why I said these aren't coming from like Variety or Hollywood Report.
Right.
This is coming from
I have the one from the direct.
Oh, the direct did do one.
Yep.
Okay, this is coming from the one I'm reading is coming from Times Now. It's India Times Now, and it says Indian actor Mohan Kapur, who played a key role in the series Miss Marvel, has been accused of sexual harassment or sexually harassing a 15-year-old. The victim has alleged that he sent her dick pics. Can I say that? I don't think I can say the D word.
I think you can.
Can you say that?
In
I say
quotation.
dick all the time, don't I?
reading-
Kick it's in the dick. I do say
We're
that.
reading a quote.
We say
We're reading a quote.
We say the F word.
I feel like we say things much
like
more
we
worse
cuss
than
on
your
this.
dick.
But this is such a I don't know, bro. I don't know.
No,
I don't know what
no.
we're
I think
It's funny.
I completely understand you asking, like-
It's funny that like the head of the article literally says dick pics. But if I wasn't supposed to be saying these things, I'm sorry you guys haven't told me. I say sexually explicit things. I use language.
Talking about She-Hulk throwing butt and shit.
It's
Like,
twice an episode.
So it says
I referenced shooting webs earlier.
she shared her ordeal on Twitter and recalled their last conversation, which was wild. I'm gonna read that to you guys. She also claimed that the actor's ex-partner knew about this but was gaslighting her. Victims, this is her Me Too story. Hashtag Me Too story. This is hers. Says the person's Twitter account is private, but her tweets about the actor have gone viral on social media. In the thread, she wrote, "When I was..." Hold on. I want to do the actual thing. No, that's fine. I'll read it here. She said, "When I was 14 years old, I was a fan of this series. I was a fan of this serial actress and we became friends. Her partner at the time was Mohan, also became friends with me. I respected the both of them almost like they were second parents, and I told them about my stressful life, but Mohan took advantage of me. We constantly talked until I noticed he started flirting with me. Then when I was 15 years old, Mohan sent his peen pics to me." I don't know. I feel weird saying that.
Just in the same sentence for like 15-year-old and like
saying that in this. He was apologizing nonstop and was depressed. I forgave him, but after that he continued to harass me. She added. Then she said the person claimed that Mohan told her he was in love with me, wanted to marry me, this is where it's kind of wanted me to grow up to be with him and can't wait for me to get older so he can sleep with me. She added that it was then that she realized the haunted 3D actor was grooming her. The victim further alleged his partner, now ex-wife, knew the type of man he was. She said that Mohan's ex instead tried to gaslight her. She told me how I threw my baggage on her. I really truly felt that this woman didn't care at all for what Mohan was doing to me.
That's known as in psychology, a disclosure disaster. When you go to a person of authority and say something like that, and they do that, and that literally causes more trauma because of that.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Then she said she also opened up about She also opened up about being depressed and traumatized, like you just said. After the alleged sexual harassment, she said that she was suicidal and even tried to reach out to Mohan, who was ignoring her calls. She claimed that the Miss Marvel actor even tried to twist the story. Now, they didn't have to put Miss Marvel actor. Recalling the last time she spoke to Mohan, the victim wrote, "The last time I talked to Mohan was 2020 and I was crying. I said, really, I can't take any of this anymore," hoping that he would apologize and understand the trauma he had caused. Instead, he told me that he can't trust me, and the only way he can trust me again is if I hop on a video chat and send him nudes to him in order to be friends with him again. That's what she said. Now, these are her tweets.
I thought this was just going to be a nice, fun, chill Monday.
These are her tweets, all right? Some of them I kind of read within that, but it goes on a little bit more. She said, "When I was 14 years old, I was a fan of this serial actress and we became friends. Her partner at the time was Mohan, also became friends with me. I respected the both of them," blah, blah, blah. We read that part. "We consistently talked until I noticed he was flirting with me. Then when I was 15 years old, Mohan sent his to me. He was apologizing nonstop and depressed. I forgave him, but after that he continued to harass me, saying things like how he was in love with me and wanted to marry me." Kind of read that part. Okay, read that. Maybe I read all that. I was so confused. I was so confused and depressed. I'm not sure if it's Stockholm syndrome or what, but I kept on thinking that all of this was my fault, and I kept on wanting to be his friend again. I kept on thinking that he really truly cared about me, but he didn't.
It's very common.
Did you see?
Very common in sexual
she
abuse.
tweeted and added him and said, "Why did you ask me to send you nudes?" And he responded and said, "To keep as proof your intentions. You have misconstrued our conversations."
Is this on Twitter? Is this a conversation between them on live Twitter?
He's old.
No.
Does he think he's DMing, but he's
he
putting it out there?
responded to it and deleted it and then made his Twitter private. But this is the quote. Like, they have the quote.
I knew
on
his
it.
Twitter was
fucked
private.
Up. What I'm thinking is this guy's
Yeah,
not exactly
he
young.
responded to this
He
shit.
thought he was DMing, and he put it out there.
He
this
said,
guy's fucked.
He said,
and
you
he's
have misconstrued our
yeah.
conversations to make it sound that I was sexually harassing you. I have all this stuff myself, too. I don't say things because that's not what friends do, and I won't either. Kapur has since recently privatized his own Twitter.
Yeah, so his Twitter's it's private.
And then she said and then she tagged him and said, when I stand up for myself, you gaslight me and blame me for misconstruing chat, and your reason for asking for my nudes was that you can prove your innocence. How does that make sense?
Yikes.
That's illegal,
And then he
She's a
didn't
minor.
respond.
This is the last part that she said. She said, my depression got worse and I was planning to take my own life. I kept on calling Mohan. He ignored my calls and at the times told me to get over it, then completely twisted the whole story to make me look like the bad person. He kept on saying that he couldn't trust me. The last time I talked to Mohan was 2020. Okay, I said that, read that part. Read that part. Then he said, Mohan, when I stand up, I think that's what you just read. When I stand up for myself, you gaslight me and blame me for Did you just read that?
Yeah.
Misconstruing. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's not looking good. And now, like I said, I want to tread lightly because I can't.
You always gotta be fair. There are
there are two
times,
sides to
Johnny
every
Depp,
story.
you know.
Yes. There are two sides to every story. I will never, ever sit here and say someone's crying wolf or lying or not telling the truth. I can't say I was not there. All I can say is the little girl. I think one thing people have to realize here when people say, "Oh, you're lying," why would she just make this up? Why would she just pull this out of the fucking air and say, "Oh, this"? And not only that, this is a very good point. Henry made this point. It ain't like this is Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's what I was just thinking.
It makes sense too if
This
she
is-
also
this is
became
an
friends
F-list
with
celebrity.
his
Yes.
wife.
Yeah.
Like if she was like, oh, I'm inspired by your wife, and then somehow, it makes sense. She said like they become like parents. And
Yeah, like out of all
Honestly-
the celebrities, why would this be the dude?
Yeah.
Come on.
Right.
Why
Yeah.
would this
I was
be the
thinking
dude?
the same thing. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I
even her saying his wife knew about it, like, and now that she's his ex-wife, that's kind of fishy to me.
Well, that reminds me of the Cosby
is.
case. That was the case in the Cosby case.
Yeah, that's
she
what I'm
was
saying.
helping drug those
That's
girls.
exactly what I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
and a lot of them were brought in because of
Because she's
who
an act
she
like,
was.
yep.
Yeah, and
she's
her
able to
relationships
just.
and yep. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
That's
no,
how
it's
Epstein did it.
it's
Same way
that-
with just like
yeah.
Having help.
and not saying
so
this
many
is just
people
such
around.
a
Yeah.
thing, but it's literally like the same grounds. And
It
so
is.
it's just-
I think my biggest thing is, how old is he? Can someone look him up? Look up Mohan. Tell me how old he is. He's got to be in his 50s. Early 50s.
57.
57.
October 27th, 1965.
57. This is a 15-year-old girl. What you have in common with the 15-year-old girl, saying that you can't wait. And again,
Fuck that. He got a wife.
yeah, you have a wife.
You got
I'm
a
sure
wife,
he might have children.
bro.
Yeah.
Texting saying that, can't wait for you to be older, so that we can sleep
So we can
together
have sex,
and
yeah.
things like that. That is,
And be together and be married.
and then the fact that, where's her parents in this? I wonder, like, where are
Right.
her parents? Has she taken this to her parents? Have her parents taken this to authorities or anything like that? Again, I'm sorry, I just don't see if I'm in that situation. And I'm gonna lie on somebody, and I'm trying to let's say she has some hidden agenda, like some of these people do. Some of these people will lie out there and say that happened to them.
Yeah.
But let's say that let's just hypothetically say that she's lying. I'm not picking
right.
Mohan
Yeah.
to lie on.
What are you getting out of that?
Yeah, like I'm not gonna pick Mohan to lie on. So that's what I'm saying. I don't have the facts. I don't have the evidence, but it just doesn't make sense for a 15-year-old girl to lie on someone that she claims she's been friends with and his wife and all them. She looks at them as second parents, and then to lie on someone like that.
Well, here's another point
This
too.
nigga
with that,
responded
is
to
that
her
And then
tweet,
responded.
bro.
She went about this in a way that wasn't about money. She went about this publicly on Twitter. If it was about now, first of all, it's not like he has money like a Kobe Bryant. If you're going
Right,
after Kobe Bryant,
right.
something like that, but he doesn't have that kind of money. But if that is your goal, is to like get that kind of thing, because those kinds of things do happen where they'll claim things and you can make this go away with this amount of money, like that kind of a thing. That's not an option when you go about it on Twitter.
No.
That is an option
No.
when you go about it by having like your hiring
NDA
lawyers,
and
and
disclose
having them reach
paperwork.
out to them and say like, we're
settle.
going to pursue charges, we're going to pursue a lawsuit.
Yeah.
But if you want to settle out, that's how it would be done, not going on Twitter.
Well, my assumption would be, just because I'm a little younger, my assumption would be her being 15 is that she maybe did reach out for help from someone. Like she said, she
I'm
asked
sure.
them how to, and they kept ignoring her. Or maybe she did ask her parents and everything, and they're
Right.
not really, like, maybe this is either the last resort or this is her just straight up, like, if true and everything, like we've always said. I feel like I shouldn't have to establish that before every line. But if
Keep
it's
saying allegedly.
like y'all have both said, but I mean, he's not like, this isn't a clout chasing scenario because
No.
I don't even know. Like, I wasn't thinking about him before. I don't even care about Miss Marvel's TV show, to be honest. Like, and so, like, I knew him as Green Hulk nigga. Like, that's, when you told me that, I said, Green Hulk nigga who dressed up? And you're like, yeah. I was like, and so
Yeah.
it's just not a clout chaser scenario for her to be
He's dressing up as Hulk for kids.
like, a lot of
parties,
people
apparently.
underestimate how smart kids and like how educated, like how much they already know at the age of 15,
Also,
16
especially
and stuff.
when
Like,
when it comes to like using
yeah,
social
exactly,
media or, like,
exactly.
any
Yeah,
kind of tag.
she fully knows that this man is preying on her.
Yeah.
If all this shit that she's saying
She's
is true and
watched
everything,
enough
like she
TikToks
knows that
to
it's
know.
not like, oh, there's some, like, she no, this thing is a weirdo, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe my parents or no one else is believing me, so I'm gonna just take it straight to Twitter because I can't get a lawyer myself. I can't take it to the police myself.
Oh, what a world to take it to also, because if you take it to Twitter will take that shit and run
Yep.
with it for you.
Yeah. Yep.
They definitely will, especially when it's a story like this, especially when it's hashtag Me Too, the part of the Me Too movement. Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah. You know, that shit will definitely
gas
get
and
the,
fire.
exactly. And one thing I told him when we were sitting, waiting on our food earlier, I said, can you imagine your name being in a headline like
Bro.
this? Bro, like, at that point,
kill myself.
suicide has to be the only. I mean,
Right,
I
right.
genuinely would.
Because
Like, if I
I-
woke up, like, let's say I know I'm doing this shit,
and that's
but
not me
to
saying
wake
sorry.
up-
Sorry. That's not me saying like, oh, kill yourself. I'm not saying
Yeah,
that.
no.
I'm just saying me personally in that situation.
No, but if this is
like,
true,
if you,
and
but
this
you
keeps
know
going,
you've been
we're
doing
talking
this,
prison.
and then, like, he obviously, because people who do this type of stuff, they know it's wrong. And that's why they're always, like, going private on deleting your socials and stuff when stuff like this happens. Like,
Yeah,
you
they're
know you're
shifty
wrong and
fuckers.
everything, but I mean, like, to wake up and just have you read that shit not knowing how many people know, like, who knows this, that, it's, even if it's true, false, who knows this, that, it's just like,
yeah, even like you say, even if it's true or false,
we're
your
in,
names in it.
we're in such a day and age with social media where that shit gets from India to Oklahoma,
Yeah.
China.
Well,
to,
dude, even when
like-
even when it's the case where somebody is lying about someone, the headline about the initial accusation
That's
is
all
always
Yep.
far
And it's all-
eclipsing
and it's-
than the article that comes out
Exactly.
that it turns out it wasn't
Exactly.
true. And that's why it's so
That's-
damaging.
yeah.
That's why there was that lawsuit by Johnny Depp. You know, is because you can't
You damaged
put the
his name.
toothpaste back in the
Right,
tube
right.
with some of these things.
And
but what
that's
this
so
shows,
true.
though, too,
That's so true.
is it's something we've seen with Harvey Weinstein. We saw with the guy from The Daily Show. We've seen
John Stewart.
no,
Oh.
no, not The Daily Show, the Today Show.
Oh,
sorry.
okay. I was about to say,
Okay.
damn, what did
No,
John
I
do?
I love John Stewart. Sorry, I'm a huge fan. I always have been. No, the Today Show.
I knew it wasn't
Was
Trevor
it
Noah.
Matt something, Matt Lauer.
Oh, Matt. Yes.
Yes.
Matt.
So
yes.
here's the thing: with all of these things, what do we see in common? We see people, because people like to do this, especially a certain demographic of men. They like to be like, "Oh, well, why didn't you get a rape kit? Oh, why didn't
right.
you do this? Why didn't you do that?" Which is so incredibly insensitive, and also just inept because that is not understanding the psychology of somebody who is just raped.
No,
or
for anyone
put
to,
in
to,
these
like,
situations.
tell
yeah.
someone, like, prove I raped
Yeah,
you.
and especially when it's people in places of power, But
what the fuck are you thinking?
But
Like,
what
that is
this-
literally what they're saying in my mind.
Yeah.
Like, get a rape
Yeah.
kit, prove
Yeah.
I raped. Like, nigga,
But
what?
But this is like what we're seeing is that there are structures in power that will gaslight that these girls oftentimes will go to, and they're all protected. Epstein was allowed to do what he did for so long because there was a lot of people who knew that it was happening, who didn't do shit to stop it, who did things even to enable it. Same thing with Cosby. All of these cases, and that's what we're really seeing here. And whether it's his wife gaslighting, him gaslighting.
That's another thing I wanted to add to. Like, the final thing I'd say is the fact that, like, all the people who are always guilty always try to gaslight the victims and stuff and, like, turn it, or, like, even his wife turning it back on the child and, like, we're going to ignore you, make you feel like you've done something wrong.
She said that she was putting a burden on her.
No, like, for her to say, like, she was contemplating killing herself because she's asking them for help and they're starting to ignore her, and those are, like, her second. Obviously, if you look at someone as second parents, that obviously means, like, you're with them a lot, to where, like, your first parents may not be around. Who knows if her first parents are around and stuff. So I mean, like, for her to say, like, she contemplated killing herself and everything, I mean, like, if this is real, I mean, I just don't see.
I don't see her lying. I'm just. I mean, again, I don't want to.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah,
I think
like
he's
I
guilty.
said.
Like I said before we started the video, I can say I think he's guilty, and that's what I'm saying now after reading all this shit.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well for him right now, you know. And to add to what you were just saying there about the whole, you know, headlines and whether or not it being true or not, even if another headline comes out later on saying he didn't do it. You can. I'm just using an example. He gets in an argument with somebody disagrees with him. He's going to be the groomer.
Yeah,
I mean, because I'm telling you,
what's
if you come
video,
at me, I'm calling you the
Sean
groomer.
McMahon, come on out, you rapist!
Dude,
come on out, you fucking.
Anything he says, you're just like, hey, dude, my dog needs a trim. I hear you're a groomer. Could you help me out? You know.
I mean, I'm telling you, just your name being attached to something like that's never going away. So
aren't you supposed to identify yourself?
The last time, actually, let me put it this way: when does the Marvels come out? When is that?
July.
Yeah,
because he's in it. They might go back and rework some shit and cut his ass out.
This isn't Warner Brothers. This is Disney.
This is Disney.
The directing said that he's not slated to be in July 28th. He's not slated to be in anything outside of the Marvels that's already filmed. But if all this comes out, Marvel can definitely.
They can. And if you think Marvel won't.
This is no Ezra Miller.
Dude, Gina Carano was gone over some statements she said.
Gina Carano got the fucking boot, bro.
She got the boot.
I mean, with the quickness.
Yeah, no hesitation.
Show canceled. Like, they canceled Rangers of the New Republic. Like, boom. It was like, nah.
It might not even.
So what do you think they're doing with the fucking pedophile?
This is
the mouse.
Disney.
It's the mouse. You got
Mouse.
Iger back in there too. Iger's not gonna put up with that shit.
No. And here's the thing too. Within that movie, how much screen time? You know, we go through and look at the screen. How much screen time? They're gonna have to replace 4 minutes of screen time?
Probably.
That ain't shit.
That ain't shit for them.
There's no way they're keeping him in there.
I don't think
it's not the Flash in a Flashpoint movie.
Yeah, this ain't that.
Dude, not a shot. He's in that movie.
I over under.
He is hashtag recast.
85%. I'm gonna
that
say
conversation's going to be as quick as the recast T'Challa conversation, dude. But they're recasting. They're walking out saying we're recasting.
They might not even fucking recast him. Miss Marvel might not just have a dad.
She might not.
She might not just have a dad.
Something might happen to him.
Oh, wait, I forgot. I know what they're going to do because it has to be about the real world. So within that movie, we're going to see him get arrested. You guys remember when the Vulture got arrested at the end of Homecoming?
Real life trauma, goddammit.
He's going to go away in cuffs. He's going to go away in cuffs. You're going to see the FBI taking his phone and laptop because of the child pornography on there. I forgot. That's what they do at Marvel.
Oh my God.
So we know that's what they're gonna do because you want to keep it true, right?
Raymond said, "Oh no, Raymond said, "Oh no, he's dead." I think her dad does die in the comics.
Fuck. I'm sorry, I had to say it.
No. Let's start Phase 5 off with trauma.
Oh fuck!
Real life trauma.
We're closing this topic.
All jokes aside, this shit is disgusting.
That was funny.
This is Kellen. That might have been joke of the year. Like that nigga said. So you know what we're gonna do?
Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it.
But as always,
as soon as you said that shit, I looked at him like, no.
Question is for you guys. Let us know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking. What are you thinking of the current accusations of Mohan, who plays Yusuf, Miss Marvel's father, on the Disney Plus show Miss Marvel, and is supposed to be reprising his role in the Marvels as her father there? Do you think that Marvel cuts him? Do you think that these allegations stick? is it one of those things? What's do you believe the things that the young lady is saying? Or are you more? I mean, she can't just be crying wolf. It's got to be something that that she really experienced in her life. So let us know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking. Are you thinking on this whole topic here? So let's hit the comments, see what they're saying.
Nico Bean with this team said, I believe I have my new bounty. And then I don't even know.
A lot of people feeling sick in the chat.
Yeah,
I feel the same way.
Raymond just said, I'm just like, why? And seeing him in Now and Miss Marvel after these allegations, it makes me feel a bit sick, but it's not my plate. Like, how old is Amon Vanali?
She's got to be like 16.
Yeah, like that shit is. That's crazy to think about.
She's got to be 16.
I didn't even think about that shit. That's
she is. Oh no, damn! Amon Vanali's 20.
Wow.
What up, baby? Hey, Amon, if you watching this, I'm 20.
I did not know Amon Vanali was 20.
Me and you, I'm just saying.
Wow.
D. Steezel said justice should always be served. I agree.
Oh yeah, justice should always be served.
Raymond said, do you guys think it'll be another Bill Cosby thing and that more people will come out? I mean, like we've said, he's not Bill Cosby, that name type or anything. But I mean, two actors. I mean, if his wife was inspiring children who were girls and everything and getting them closer to her husband, there's a chance. Right. I mean, that's how they all start. All it takes is a name and a little bit of money to get stuff going. And I mean,
yikes.
Like I read the time and it said 2020 with all this, I mean, so that would be around the time of COVID and stuff.
Yikes.
I mean, like it sounds.
I mean, you know what? You putting those pieces together, like you just said, 2020. You got to think about that time. The world was shut down. Yeah. This man is sitting at home with nobody but his wife to look at and all that stuff. You know,
or even if she's
his
going
nasty
to work
ass probably was like, let me message girl, the 15-year-old. You know, let me. No, bro, that's so.
It's actually crazy. Like sitting here thinking about this shit.
Yeah,
like,
it's because that means you consciously sat there and thought to yourself, scrolling through your phone. Like these are all decisions made until that moment, bro. Yeah. You knew she was 15. You went to your phone. You went to her contact, knowing she's 15. You typed it out, knowing she's 15. Well, 14 at the time. 14, and you sent the shit you sent. Like this is. I don't know.
Dude, this has also been in the back of his mind this whole time. Like, when is the shoe gonna drop? Like, you know, like it says in the Bible, like
3 years ago.
The unrighteous man flees when no man pursueth. Dude, just think about every day he woke up and was like, oh, thank God there's not an article. And then one day there was.
The darkest deeds shine the brightest. Like they come to light.
Hell, another one. What's done in the dark?
D-pics, bro.
What's done in the dark eventually comes to light.
Yes, it does.
It's just, again,
you're
57.
Yeah.
What the fuck did they even talk about? Like, she said that they texted, like, about what?
He was like, you ever seen the Munsters before?
Like, the only thing you deadass can be is a father figure. Like she said, you can be a second parent. Like, how was school? Did you need, like, do you need, like, this and that? But any other friend, like, I don't have friendly relation, like, even how are you with my friends' parents or anything? Like, I don't know. Like, some people do need second parent, but even if you have second parents, those relationships are different. Like, you're not. It is
different,
like,
bro.
Yeah, you need guidance. Or
right,
or something
right,
like
that
you're searching for. You're not looking for a friend.
It is
such
different.
an abuse, such a creepy, typical predatorial abuse
thing to do. Yeah, like I was looking at this. Hold on, is it on this one?
I mean, and if you're 15 and need a friend, I mean, like, you probably honestly would fall if you just anyone who's there for you. So I mean, like, that's probably why he did it.
Also, you look up to this woman, you know, and you respect her, and then you meet her husband, and I'm sure he came off as like cool too, and like a nice, and she looks at these people as like a mentor, and then meanwhile his creepy little gears are going in his old bald head, thinking about all this gross ass shit and thinking, I can't wait for her to be older. But I'm not going to actually wait for her to be older because I'm only going to wait till she's 15 to send, you know, old Shrively to her. Like,
that's strange. Yeah.
It's just weird.
What's next on there? Anybody else?
I've read a couple. Kellen, if you see.
Let's see. Official MG said he need to be put down. I'm sorry. I mean,
Hey, man.
that's how I feel about things. That's how I feel about. Hey, all I'm saying is, I've got family members and anything like this.
I'll say this: my little brother
be coming
14.
to see that person.
My little brother's
yeah.
14.
Mm-hmm.
If I ever seen a grown person in my little brother's phone, it is instantly your fault.
Dude, I tripped a kid in the ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese because he pushed my niece, dude. What do you think I'll do to a grown-ass man?
Yeah, bro. Well,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
you guys know how protective I am of my little sister.
Yeah.
I've told you guys the story. Beating the
get
fuck out of her. Might beat the
That's over
fuck
some
out
Taco
of her manager.
Yeah. I didn't beat the fuck
Out of her manager, but yeah.
But he
We've heard that
You
story
did some
on
things.
Planet before.
Yeah.
Let's see.
No, and
Raymond says he's already been fired. I guarantee it. Yeah,
Probably,
I mean,
I'm
there's
sure.
no way they're keeping him.
No, bro.
They fired Johnny Depp from Pirates. That's also Disney. Keep that in mind too.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that was Fugazi from the jump.
Yeah.
From the
Yeah.
jump, there were people not believing shit actress.
That's true.
Amber Heard, you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
No,
Blame it on the
Antoine Film said,
Alka dog.
The studios usually believe without investigating, like T.I. being removed from Marvel, which
true.
the case was not followed up. Who knows? And that's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like we were saying at the beginning.
They just don't want that negative energy attached to their name. Like media wants that so they can report on it
Right.
and get their clout and views and
Right.
everything. But studios just trying to work and shit. Like we've talked, they're about to put Miss Marvel out in like 6 months. It's like this time coming out right now. No.
Yeah.
Like you said, this could be tomorrow in an hour and everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The
But like
minute,
niggas aren't gonna be like, if this comes out in the next couple of days, it's not gonna hit January, and niggas are like, oh, that happened last year.
No. The
Like,
minute this shit hits Variety,
He's done.
Hollywood Reporter, IndieWire,
I
anybody
mean,
like
it
that.
hit the direct, so
I mean, the direct is talking
It's on its
about
way.
it. Yeah, the direct
It's
is
on its
talking
way.
about it. So that's very true. You've got the direct talking about it. So next is the more credible trades like Hollywood Reporter, Variety, guys like that. And then once they get it, it's a wrap. It's
And
a wrap.
Raymond brings up a good point too, which is the fact that like he did a show like Miss Marvel's, like these sets that he's been on
have children.
Yeah.
young girls. This is like who was homeboy from Nickelodeon, who was the creepy dude who like made all
Dan
those.
Snyder.
Yeah,
Ariana Grande
Like,
and Jeanette McCurdy and all that.
like
Fucking gross.
it sounds like one of those, and that's the thing is like
It's like maybe,
dude, I have kids someday. Let's say Tati and I, we can't work out the schedules, and my mom can't watch the kids. There might be a day they have to go to daycare. I walk up in that bitch, and there's a male worker. I'm sorry, we're finding you a new daycare. Like, what? Why are you sir? Why is this the job you're choosing? You know what I mean? Like, predators put themselves in position to be able to do these things 100%. It's happens every time they put themselves in situations. Like, do you know how many sickos and like I'm a believer personally, so this is, you know, nothing on Christianity. This just has to do with people who are predators. But do you know how many people, like any church I've ever gone to, you got to be fingerprinted and everything else to work in the daycare or to work in kids' church? But there are people who specifically want to go into a church, act like they're all Christian, act like they're all these things, just to get access to children. Like, there are these people are sick. They sit around thinking about it all day, and they think about, like, they plan these things out. They literally put themselves in situations.
Trying not to, but it's just, it's
just
not
true.
It's not
disgusting,
funny.
but
It's
yeah,
not
no,
funny.
but it's like,
it's just how you said they sit around and think about it all day.
No,
dude,
it's
it's
what
they do.
They do.
It's
And
like,
and it's just like
it's a fucked up thing,
I'm
dude.
sure they do, but it's just like, damn, you're
Dude,
thinking
Dahmer
about a
was thinking-
15-year-old
yeah,
all
Dahmer
day.
was
Bro,
thinking
like
about
how
getting in the
sick
brains
are
all
you?
day.
Like you have nothing,
That's-
guy. Like you
it's
are
just
so
strange.
you're so sick to the point where like you dead ass,
Dude.
like you're sitting there like your brain is only
Yeah.
thinking about children. Like
Dude.
sexualizing children as a human, like a grown,
Yeah.
even a kid, like it's crazy. Like,
And
even
I'm
if you're,
sorry,
like,
there's
like-
no rehabbing that shit. I'm not one of those people who are like, okay, let's get them in
Let's
therapy.
cleanse it.
No,
Like-
how about
like,
if they're convicted
God has
of it?
forgave me. Like
No,
no,
I
you're sick.
don't want him to.
You're sick.
I don't. It's not on me,
You're
but
sick.
I don't want him to forgive you. And I think the solution is a 357 Magnum slug and we bill your family for the price of the ammo. That's my thought.
He said,
No.
there's no rehabilitation.
No, there's no
No.
rehab for liking children.
No, I don't want
there's
to
no-
hear that shit.
Like,
no, I mean I agree. Isn't this kind of this conversation kind of what Simu Lee got in trouble for, or what everybody was like bashing him for because he said predators like
Yeah.
he sees their point of view.
Yeah,
Wasn't it
because
something
he
like, I
had
don't
to.
want
He
to
had
put
to.
words in his
No,
mouth.
he said that he had to like he was casted as a predator, had to play like a predator
And he
role,
did research
and
on
it made
it.
him do some research as to why
That's
they are
right.
what they are, and it made him realize
They
that
are
they're
what they
sick and that they can't help themselves.
Yeah.
and that it's like what they think about because it's their natural biology or something like that, and so everyone was getting on his ass for defending predators.
I remember that.
Dude, if
That was like one of our
remember
first
that.
videos.
if you're okay, but if you're a rancher, you know, and you're raising cattle, and one of those cattle's got a fucked up little leg, it's like, I'm sorry, you know, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it, okay?
No, like no,
They don't just have a
and
fucked
it
up
sounds
little paw.
so bad, but I
They
genuinely
want to
see.
fuck
I
kids.
say the same. Like
we need to put them out.
Like me and Bracy have said this. Like if my son is 7-year-old and that nigga brings some roadkill home, he's like, Dad, let's like no, I'm a fuck
Yeah.
with you. I'm
Normal plates on
turn
your
that
wings.
on, dude. That's just like, bro, that's sickness.
I'll
Like
be
some
like,
things just can't be rehabbed.
you're just gonna have to go missing on vacation, son.
Bro,
I'm sorry.
I am so glad.
I live alone. I'm so glad I never want to get married. I'm so glad I don't want kids.
You don't want to get married
no,
or have kids,
no,
really?
No, I did at one point, but
I'm too
that's
jolly. I'm a young Santa Claus. I need
I
some little
used to. I
motherfuckers
used to
running
want
around
kids. I
can
used to
love
want to get
on.
married. That is nowhere
I'm telling
near
you, he's
my
just
radar.
The Grinch
Really?
now, bro.
Yeah,
like
no,
he's year-round Grinch.
Me, myself, and I, we do a really good job.
Yeah.
So-
Darius, T'Challa, and Capone.
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah.
Like that is it.
Yeah, that's really it. So
Real
yeah,
niggas
no,
in
but
the
I
house.
just because I don't. And the reason I say that is because I don't ever have to deal or never want to deal with anything like that outside. Like, because if you have a kid, like
No, I'd go to.
you're
I'd ruin my
responsible
life.
for
Oh, yeah.
that.
If I'd ruin my
Oh,
life.
yeah.
You're
Wait, I know it's a dumb
responsible for
mistake,
that.
but like
Human.
I've had this conversation millions of times with friends, family. It's like I would deal with the consequences if like even if my mom or like little brother like just something fucked up, someone did something fucked up to my family, and I got the chance to do something about it.
Dude,
My
look,
dumbass would do it.
look at Cain Velasquez right now.
Yeah, no,
You know?
Yeah.
dumbass would do it, and it's
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just that's got to be an emotional thing, but
Dude, one time I went to like a small Christian private school to where like my niece, even though I was in high school and she was in elementary, it was all in the same like, you know, the buildings were near each other. And I was walking by and her PE teacher was like raising his voice at her. And I could see how uncomfortable she was. I walked over. I was like 16 years old. I said, Delaney, honey, go play with your friends. I'm going to talk to your teacher for a second, okay? I got in that man's face. I told him, I don't give a fuck. This was Christian school. I said, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, that's right. You went to
You
private
will,
school.
yeah, I'm like, you will never talk to her that way again. In fact, don't tell her what to do. You can tell the other kids and she'll figure it out. You are never going to be that close to her again, or I
Right.
guarantee you, my 16-year-old self is going to beat the shit out of you.
like
I got called into the principal's office, and the principal was like a longtime family friend, and she was like, did you really say this? And I was like, he was in Delaney's face. I didn't get in trouble at all. And he got reprimanded. But no, I don't play that shit.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
Like
no,
I
I don't
literally
blame you.
don't get along with my grandma right now because she like my mom taught me the only person who should whoop me or my little brother like her, like my dad, my parents, and so my grandma was trying to whoop my little brother, and I was
Yeah.
not having that shit. I was
Yeah.
just like, you are not finna be in here hitting this nigga while
Yeah.
he's just trying to visit you, like.
Yeah.
No, and so to this day, I don't fuck with it. It's just a simple
Yeah.
fact. Like, if, I don't know. It's just simple, it's simple, stupid shit, like emotional shit, but even like bigger shit on a scale like this. But one thing I wanted to touch on was people in the comments saying how like a lot of people like at the church cover shit up like this and stuff. And I mean,
That's a real problem.
it
within
is
a lot
because
of churches.
like the top of the church is usually they're not wanting any of their. They usually have relationships with the people in the church and stuff, and they're not. They're genuinely trying to heal them through God, and
Yeah. No, I don't play with that.
not to say I'm the judge or anything. Some things God's not healing.
My family and I, we left a church that we were in, and we liked the pastor and everything, but we ended up finding out that there was something that had occurred between like a young girl in the youth group and some guy who was helping out, and that they swept it under the rug. As soon as it happened before we ever even attended, as soon as we found that out, we never went back to that church again. Like, I'm never going to be okay with, and they're like, no, I'm never going to be okay with that. And, you know, maybe it's just things in my past that I'm aware of, and also my mom's a psychologist, so I really understand a lot of these things, and I understand down to the molecular level of what can be done to some of these girls and boys too, because it happens to boys. It's just more common with girls. And the fact that that is something that they will carry with them for the rest of their lives. Fuck you. You're sick. The fact that you could do that, I'm not forgiving you. I don't believe that you can change. And that's where I am with it. I might be too extreme for some people, but that's where I'm at.
I mean, you know, I grew up in church, obviously, you know, growing up in a black household. Church was our second home. Right. Hell, let it be a revival. We were in church Monday through Sunday. But I don't attend church anymore. That does not mean my relationship with God has dissipated, because it hasn't. You know, that's one thing you have to have, is your own personal relationship with Him. But I have my own relationship with Him. I don't do the church house because, like you guys were just saying, not for that reason in particular, but hypocrites just in general. You know, there are so many times,
so hard
and
be full of them.
You're hit with so much with different people, you know.
Too many opinions.
Yeah. So,
people in each other's business. Unwarranted advice. 100%.
You know, when the church I grew up in, it was an all black church, community missionary here in Norman. It was only the second all black church here in Norman, and you know.
Yeah, official EMG just said the same thing as you, basically.
What are you saying?
He said, I literally don't go to church anymore because it's way too many hypocrites in there. Still love my God, though.
Yeah,
I feel that.
Yeah, see, and like, you know, for me, when I was, I will never forget, this is the last thing I'll say about this, because I want to move to the next topic, but when I was I was younger, growing up at Community, and it was Vacation Bible School. Now, Community was different, bro. Like, it was an all-black church, but it was different. Like, when I say different... Don't get me wrong. I will give credit where it's due. I always say that. I was taught. We were taught the word. Like that's never the question. We were taught. It was how we were taught. The way we were taught. I feared God as if He was the boogeyman, and that's not. It's not the way it's supposed to be at all.
You don't do this, God.
Yeah. You know,
it's supposed to be a reverent type of fear, of respect, a love for that God that you don't want to go against Him.
Exactly, and that just wasn't the way we were taught. But it was, you know, so I remember Vacation Bible School. We couldn't have fun. Like fun in Community was not an option.
Really?
Like it was not an option.
VBS is supposed to be all fun,
VBS is supposed to be fun. Like they tried to have their fun stuff. Like you know, they had arts and craft. They had this stuff. But VBS at Community was literally school. It was Vacation Bible School. You take the vacation out, it's just Bible school. Because we
were vacation for the parents.
Yeah, we were there, honestly. And well, I know me and my brother, we laugh at everything. Like Garrett and I are like this, to where like my parents used to have to tell us before we'd go in places, do not laugh.
Don't sit next to
Do not look at each other. Do not da. Because if we looked, like Garrett could get, I would have to literally avoid him.
No, I know.
Like, because if I looked at him, he would already be looking at me, and it would make me laugh. Exactly.
Same wavelength.
Exactly. So like we're in Vacation Bible School, and he made me laugh.
Yeah.
Well, I got locked in the pantry at church the rest of Vacation Bible School.
The fuck?
Locked in the pantry the rest of Vacation Bible School.
My mom would have stormed.
Oh, she did. My mom was
I can
pissed.
imagine what your mom.
My mom was pissed. But like, and so the door locked from the outside. So I'm young. I'm not like in an area where I can be heard either. Like the pantry's tucked away in the kitchen, bro.
Antebellum shit is this,
bro,
dude?
It was so I personally, nah, bro. And if I was to ever have children, I would dare a motherfucker do some shit like that, cause bro,
no,
yeah. So
that's fucked up.
So anyway, interesting with Mohan, but
crazy situation.
Dude, them locking you in that closet is why you didn't talk to anyone at work today.
That's probably
they set the wheels in motion,
why
bro.
the way I am, the way I am. But we're going to jump in here to the next and last topic, and that topic is going to be Letitia Wright. I want to make sure that I get this correct. Now, I did see this. On before I was tagged in it. I did see this, but I want to thank. I want to make sure I'm giving the proper thanks here. I want to make sure I thank. Let me make sure I get the right name. Sorry. Bear with me one moment.
Those are cute.
Is it not in my mentions? Shouldn't it be in my mentions? Where are my mentions? What the fuck? That's why I shouldn't have gone away from it. Oh, it's in notifications. My fault. Okay. So this is coming from Variety, and this is if it'll let me play it. Okay. So some of you may know, some of you may not know. Shout out to Jordex. He's the one that tagged me in this on Twitter. I did see this from Variety, and also Snyder Steppenwolf did put this in our Discord page. So if you haven't joined the Discord, you should join the Discord. A lot of good stuff goes on in there. But in the Discord page, the actor on actors that we were just talking about earlier from Variety was sent over to, has been making its rounds, different clips from it. So this was John Boyega and Letitia Wright. They did their actors on actors, and where Letitia Wright gave some insight on what she thought about the post-credit scene. So I'm going to let everybody hear, I'm going to let everybody hear what she had to say about the post-credit scene. We'll listen to what she had to say, again, and then we will go in on our thoughts on what she had to say here for the post-credit scene. So if you haven't heard, here you go. This is your first time getting to hear what Miss Letitia Wright had to say about Divine, who plays the young actor, the young TJ. About him and coming into the Black Panther franchise. So let's take a listen to that.
Scene for me is another extension of the ways in which we wanted to honor Chadwick, especially the role of T'Challa. And in the movie that Chadwick was written into before he passed, there is a journey of a father and son relationship.
Okay.
When reading this, I could sense that we had to find a way to just continue the legacy of T'Challa, of what T'Challa means to the world, especially to young Black men, but to also allow for this feeling of forward movement and like a rebirth, a renewal. And that scene messed me up. I remember when we auditioned Beautiful Divine.
How many kids did you audition?
Just two.
Just two, okay.
They were both brilliant. And Divine came in, and
that's his name, Divine.
His name is Divine.
Wow.
We had a little mohawk, little Chadwick mohawk. I was like,
oh,
your mama know what you do.
No, he started look like Chad as well. I can't lie, yeah.
There was a sensitivity about him, and there was just this feeling in the room that this was the kid. This was him, and I remember I hugged him. I told him I loved him, and he did a good job. Little tears was running down his eyes, and he left, and I was just like, me and Lupita kept looking at each other like, this is the kid. And I looked at Nate and Ryan. I said, this is him. And that scene is beautiful because it represents what the future will be. It represents, the ways in which we can continue the role of T'Challa for future generations.
Okay.
Side note, Divine is a clean ass fucking name.
It is.
Honestly, yeah.
Same thing here. I want to make sure too, always. When we talk about recast, when we talk about T'Challa, we talk about Black Panther, whatever. I don't dislike Letitia Wright. That's never been a thing. I don't dislike Letitia Wright. I've always. I like Letitia Wright. I think she's a fine actress. Everything X, Y, and Z. I don't like her comments on recast. I don't like certain things that she's done. I don't like. But even in this interview, again, I say this all the time. These actors and actresses that actually knew Chad have the right to feel the way they feel. Even if you didn't know Chad and you are anti-recast, you have the right to feel the way that you feel.
Any opinion.
You are validated. If you want to have that opinion, good on you. Have that opinion. Just the way that I have mine, you are free to have yours.
Yes.
But I will say this, and again, she knew Chadwick, so of course, knowing Chadwick, she was obviously way closer to him than any of us could have ever dreamt or thought to have been. But she again, when Letitia speaks, she is speaking from a place of just her personal feelings and knowing Chad.
Correct, yes.
Nothing that what she's saying here is still wrong. Like when she, like not what she's saying about Divine or anything like that. When she's saying like he was, because he was. I said that. I made sure I said that. He was a good little actor. He was fine.
Yeah. He even looks like he could be his son.
But for her to say he is, so T'Challa's story can still be told and lived on. Baby girl, that's not T'Challa's story.
No.
Like, I don't know where the disconnect is. I don't know where we're missing each other.
Is that her maybe like confirming they want to give that little nigga all T'Challa's stories? Like
again, I don't know.
T'Challa?
I've been everybody. So
I'm confident to say
when people,
that is what they're doing.
Guys, yes,
I promise we're not done. I'm just
like this is what I've been.
Like we're dumbasses,
bro. Like
finally, you guys fucking get it.
This is what I've been saying for I've been saying this ever since TJ's inception.
Right.
I've been saying this ever since reading between the lines of Ryan Coogler's interview he did and what Nate Moore has said. They are like when people come in and say, "Oh, what do you think is going to happen with TJ? You think they're going to age him?" No, bro, they're not aging him up. I don't care if we're in the multiverse saga. I don't care if it's Quantum Mania. I don't care who the villain is. I don't care about time travel. They're not aging him up because they want to take Toussaint's stories and just have them be, or take T'Challa's stories and have them be Toussaint's. That's what they're going to do. It was never a thing of, oh, they're going to age him up. Oh, we're in the multiversal saga. Oh, we're about to see Damson Idris. No, we're not.
It's going to take so long. No, we're not. It's going to take so long, and still it's not going to be T'Challa at the end of the day.
If we do see Damson Idris, because I don't give a damn. I love Damson Idris. I don't give a damn if Damson Idris takes on this role. Why? Because it's not the T'Challa.
Yeah.
She's saying it's for T'Challa stories to be continued. This is not his story. They're his stories, but they're not. It's not him telling.
In the MCU, his story over.
Yeah, there's no continuing. His casket. I was going to say
that's when the story ended to me. T'Challa's story ended at his funeral. Like, how do you can't continue his story arc or storyline with a whole nother human.
Unless they're getting into what if zombies.
Like that's like killing Thor and giving his same stories to Jane. Like she don't got her own.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, hold on. I want to pause this really quick because there's something I want to make sure I heard her correctly say. One moment.
The ways in which we wanted to honor Chadwick, especially the role of T'Challa. And in the movie that Chadwick was written into before he passed, there is a journey of a father and son relationship.
Okay.
When reading this, I could sense that we had to find a way to just continue the legacy of T'Challa, of what.
That first part. We had to find a way to continue the legacy of T'Challa. I'll tell you a way. Recast the character.
Yeah.
Because I can, bro. Oh my God. It's exhausting. It's exhausting because it's not. I feel for them. I feel for them because a real person died that they knew. I feel for them. But at the same time, you need to feel for us fans. You need to feel for us that have been here before 2018, before Chadwick Boseman, those of us that have been here. And with that being said, for those of us that have been here, when she said to continue on the legacy of T'Challa, you're continuing the legacy of T'Challa with TJ? With a character that you literally made up, a character that's not even in the Black Panther franchise. This is a character you made up.
They don't like to hire people. Know the comics.
This is a character you made to continue on T'Challa's story, and she said in a way that we can continue on his story instead of just recasting the character. So it's completely bizarre to me, and anyone out there listening that's anti-recast, it's bizarre to me that you two can line up with her thoughts and say, you got your recast, you got T'Challa, as I've said before, or you got TJ. That's not a recast. That's a new character you're now adapting T'Challa's story. I've been saying this, bro. I think I say that every recast video because somebody always asks me, What do you think they're going to do with TJ? And I say it every fucking day.
I wish I could interview one of them.
Like, she just
Right.
told you. She just said it. Letitia just said it. Like, that's it.
And so you say you want to continue T'Challa's legacy, and in the MCU, what is T'Challa's legacy so far?
No one can answer that.
Like that's
No.
what I'd ask.
You know how many
Letitia.
times I've asked that? I've asked anti-recasters will come in our comments
No,
and tell
we
me
always
everything.
say that same. What is his legacy? Other than
They'll
him
come in the
dying 3
comments and
times?
tell me everything but the question I'm asking. So I'll ask again. Maybe I'll get one this time. What is T'Challa's legacy in the MCU?
Right.
Tell me that. If you can give me a full synopsis, the way that you can give me for Peter Parker, the way that you can give me for Tony Stark,
Right.
the way that you can give me for Chris Evans or the rest of them, the way that you can give me those stories, what's T'Challa's legacy in the MCU? Because she said the legacy is going to continue. What legacy was started?
Right.
Boom.
A film and a handful of cameos?
And
That's the
several
legacy?
deaths.
I feel for her because she really does, she loves Chad. That's her brother.
Yes,
she said
I
it
understand
many
that.
times. But at the end of the day, as I've said so many times, this is a fictional franchise. This is a fictional story we're
Correct.
telling.
There's got to be some separation. And
Yeah, bro,
the
like,
whole
that's
cast, everyone involved just really seems to have an inability to separate Chadwick, their friend, from the fact that Marvel's gonna Marvel, Disney's gonna Disney. This shit is gonna keep on moving on, and you're
Sad.
you're taking away black representation. It's just so weird.
Oh, she touched on that too.
I know it's all we talk about, but it's like, it's so weird. It's like, it's the Black Panther franchise. You guys talk about how this was a movement, this was a whole thing, and you guys are just like, well, the Black Captain America, the kids don't need that, do they?
Right.
It's like,
And let me see exactly what she said there so I can touch on that. Hold on 1 second.
T'Challa means to the world, especially to young black men, but to also allow for this feeling of forward movement and like a rebirth, a renewal, and that scene.
Okay, what she just said there, she said also what T'Challa means for young black boys and young black men. So obviously, we know what T'Challa means for young black boys and young black men. Obviously, that's obvious.
Yeah.
If she can, and again, we've sat up here and we've said some of these same things. Now, in the direction not in the direction she's
Right.
taken it. We've taken it in the direction of recast. She's taken it in a direction, like she just said, a rebirth, like a new. What did she say? A rebirth, a new moving forward.
New life.
And my thing is, like, if she's recognizing it, for all you anti-recasters, if she's recognizing that what T'Challa means for young black men and young black boys, it is what T'Challa. Oh my gosh.
I mean, if they want to see, a little kid,
Bro's starting to feel
Go-
dumb explaining.
Like,
go find Little
I'm
Bill.
getting-
Little Bill. They can watch
Bro,
Little
head
Bill if they want.
hurts.
Like, we don't need Little TJ.
Like, bro, I don't know how much more I can say. Because it's not like she's not saying the same things we've said. She's echoing the same things we've said. The only difference is she has a different destination than we
Yes.
do. Her destination is Tucson. That ain't my destination.
Right.
It is fucking T'Challa. So it gets exhausting. It's frustrating too. Like I'm literally sitting here frustrated because it's like it's annoying because she just said it. What he means to young black boys and young black men.
Let's put
But
that
you
pressure on
scrub
this
that.
child. Like, let's put this pressure on this child for these fans to look up to for black representation in a little boy.
No one bought her action figures.
Bro, I'm
Not a one.
I
Dude,
really
I never saw
I
a
don't
slot
know
of
what
them
to say
not
on
full
that
of
one.
Target, dude.
hold on. Let me see what else she said there, just to touch on that. Sorry. Let me touch on the moving forward and the rebirth. The fuck is a rebirth? Like, hypothetical. I know what the fuck a
I was
rebirth
about to
is.
say, don't say that
Apparently it's
shit. You
having
know,
a kid.
But like to say,
Ignored and hated.
oh, it's a rebirth. It's moving forward. The only ones not willing to move forward were y'all. We were willing as
Yeah.
the fans to move forward.
Yeah.
Y'all wanted a rebirth. We didn't need a rebirth. We needed a recast.
Oh, do you know what they want? They did before their wanted rebirth. They did a re-death.
Yeah, like
They did
over
a
and
re-death
over and over and
after
over.
he had been dead for 2 years.
And it's like, bro, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
How many
with this.
times can we
I
kill
can't.
Chadwick?
I can't with the moving forward and the rebirth. You want to move forward. You move forward by recasting the character. You move forward by telling the story that you were already fucking telling. Not by hashing, not by scrapping everything that you were previously telling to have your rebirth. Now, fuck your rebirth.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting pissed. Fuck your rebirth.
Yeah.
Fuck your fucking
starting to break
rebirth.
shit down
I'm
and
getting mad. As I'm breaking it
Hell,
down,
that
as I'm
kid's
breaking
evil.
down her
Fuck that
quote.
kid too.
As I'm breaking down her quote, it's starting to piss me the fuck off again. Like,
Yeah,
I really didn't even
honestly.
want to get mad and yell over her interview, but it's pissing me the fuck off again. What the
Yeah.
fuck do you mean a rebirth?
Look at that smug little smile. That's
You're
for
sitting
you,
here talking
Darius.
about rebirth, and we're talking about a recast.
Smirking at you, bro.
Nobody's talking about a rebirth. No one wants to move forward. The only way we want to move forward is with the current story being told for the T'Challa that we had, not the
Yes.
T'Challa that you're trying to give us, not the story that you're trying to morbidly place in front of us. I'm not a rebirth for TJ. I'm talking about T'Challa, bro. That's so weird. Like, it's weird to me. I don't.
Yeah.
And again, it's pissing me off. I'm trying. I didn't want to. I really don't want to go here with this topic. I really don't. But it's pissing me off because she's saying some of the same things, but her destination is a completely different
Yes,
destination.
completely.
And then you know, sitting here, and I wonder what because Johnson's like, I wonder if his hums are, Yeah, I wonder if his hums are like, oh, really?
Wow.
That's what y'all got over there?
Wow.
Because, like, bro, it's like you are so comfortable, and as cute as Divine might be. Divine he doesn't need to be T'Challa.
No.
That's what I. Yeah.
No.
He's not T'Challa, bro. Like, and I'm sorry for everybody out there, and if you are and I see you all too. That's fine. Like the pro recasters that are, and I'm glad. Let me make sure I word this correctly. I don't want to deter any pro recaster, anybody. I don't want to deter anybody from their opinions or anything like that. But for some pro recasters that have been out there tagging me in posts like saying like, do you think Damson Idris would make a good T'Challa Jr.? I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Do you think John David Washington would make a T'Challa Jr.? I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Like I don't care.
We don't need a junior.
I don't care who you place as T'Challa Jr. because there's no T'Challa Jr. There's no T'Challa. I don't. Again, for anti-recasters, I've seen people on Twitter, not talking to me, but just in conversation in general, saying, you know, you got your recast. He got his son from the comics, T'Challa Jr. His son from what comic? From whose comic? Your comic that you wrote? Because it had to be something you wrote.
Yeah.
Had to be something you wrote.
Yeah.
Because there is not in any form of
T'Challa
Marvel
Jr.
media is there a T'Challa
It was
fucking Jr.
One of those ambient dreams, dude.
Like we've talked about in the comments before, like that is
God.
not African.
Nah,
culture.
bro. Africans don't even name their kids juniors.
Right.
Like, that's not even part of the culture. So
Yeah, as soon as Chadwick leaves, the person who insisted on having like actual like authentic African accents, all that goes out the window.
Let's start getting it.
They're like,
let's start
Namor's
colonizing
Mayan.
this
Let's
shit
call
again.
him- yeah,
let's start
call Namor
colonizing
Mayan.
Wakanda.
Yeah.
The nigga who wanted it
Well,
African
look
is
at where
gone.
Wakanda's at right now. Wakanda's weak
that's
as fuck.
not Wakanda.
What-
That's some African
what
nation.
even? Yeah, what even is happening with that shit? But like, obviously they're doing this TJ bullshit that's just going to continue to piss us off and give me diarrhea.
I'm
But, like,
pissed now. I'm sitting here. I was
The
cool
best
on
case
it, but she
scenario
pissed
we
me
could
the fuck off.
possibly get, I think, at this point is because we're not getting a 616 T'Challa. They already killed him 17 times. But like, if we have some multiverse thing happen and there's a new T'Challa who comes and then that planet gets destroyed because of an incursion and then he settles on Earth, I think that's literally the only way we get an actual T'Challa without a junior.
Well, I can tell
following his
everybody.
name.
I can tell everybody right now, as I've said before, I hate to be the shit stain to ruin your clothes.
Yeah.
That ain't happening.
Not happening. I know.
There is no other
I don't think it
T'Challa.
happens either. But
There is no
like,
other
like you
T'Challa.
said, Wakanda don't even really mean
No.
much in the MCU.
That-
like
that-
they
it
done
doesn't.
found devices to go get vibranium in
It
the
doesn't.
ocean.
dude, T'Challa,
They don't need Wakanda for shit.
Wakanda didn't even know that like there could be an amphibious assault. Like, what the fuck?
It's not. That's what I said. It's not Wakanda. It's,
It's
some
not
African
Wakanda.
nation
Yeah.
that.
Border patrol.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
not, it's
nothing,
not
dude.
Wakanda. Let
Dude,
me-
they need Trump in that bitch, dude. They need to build a wall.
Let me. I'm gonna play this
Build an
again to
underwater
see what
wall.
else she was saying there. Make sure, because I listened the first time, but I want to make sure I'm breaking this shit down. Hold on.
Messed me up. I remember when we auditioned Beautiful Divine.
How many kids did you audition?
Just two.
Just two, okay.
They were both brilliant.
Mm.
And Divine came in, and
That's his name, Divine.
his name is Divine.
Wow.
And he had a little mohawk, little Chadwick mohawk. I was like,
Oh,
your mama know what you
No,
doing.
he
What
slightly
she
looked like
doing?
Chad as well. I can't lie, yeah.
There was a sensitivity about him. And it was just this feeling in the room that this was the kid. This was him. And I remember I hugged him. I told him I loved him. And he did a good job. Little tears was running down his eyes. And he left. And I was just like, me and Letitia kept looking at each other like, this is the kid. And I looked at Nate and Ryan. I said, this is him. And
Time out. Time the fuck out.
So y'all casted
they all
this.
were there?
Time out. Time. Whoop. Foul. Flag. Technical
This
fucking
wasn't
foul.
a Feige decision.
She said, I looked at Letitia, I looked at Ryan, I looked at Nate. But wasn't Nate the one that said we couldn't look at the next young actor that wasn't Chadwick and say you're T'Challa? Nigga, I can end the stream. I'm serious. I'm dead ass because they
All he does is he
contradict
can't
themselves
keep up.
weekly.
I told you,
can't
bro.
keep
You
up
remember that
when you
stream I
lie
said
that
we
much,
can
you
put
can't
clips
keep
together, a whole video of this nigga and it's Nate Moore.
Weekly.
Like
It's Nate Moore.
he
Weekly,
contradicts
bro.
himself
Weekly, he
so much.
contradicts
His middle
himself.
name is Gonna.
And it's not even
Lie.
him; it's other people coming
Nate
out,
Gonna Lie Moore.
other people coming out saying other shit that he's in. But it's like
Yeah.
they come out and say he did this, but he said he did this. Which one did you do? Because now it looked like you just casted Divine as T'Challa.
And
Right.
when was this? Was this taking place back when Chadwick was alive? And apparently you were going to do his
That's
bastard
very true
child?
too. That's very true
You
too.
know,
Because
that
didn't
he's-
you
You
already had
say that
plans
it was
for
written
them
into
to
the
He's
script?
claiming that shit that like he and Chadwick. Even though
Tipping
also
said, "I
in
could end
another
the stream."
interview, you know what's
Like,
also
seriously.
weird? I heard another interview where he was like, in Chadwick, when I knew he was so sick was because I said, here's the script, and he didn't even have the strength to read it. It's like he contradicts himself every
bro.
time he takes a fucking
Yes, I'm
Roseanne
telling you.
bomb
Not only did
Ambien and does
fuck
an interview.
that, my fault. Not only did he like look at the next little nigga and be like, "You're T'Challa," he auditioned and picked the better one.
Right.
Two kids. So
So
you.
Yeah.
what was the difference in you? What was the difference in you auditioning kids to
Grown
T'Challas,
men.
Yeah.
TJs, TJ June or whatever?
Yeah.
But you couldn't look at. You couldn't do the same thing with grown ass men that could have come in and
Well, he
played
couldn't put him in that
T'Challa?
position, remember? That was for them. He couldn't imagine putting that kind of responsibility
That's-
on a black man's shoulders. How
then-
could he ever
But you
handle
can look
that?
at you can look at Divine and whoever the other little boy is
Yeah,
that
he
you brought
can
in and
handle
say,
it.
okay, yes, you're the new
Yes.
T'Challa. Again, you can't. It's again, bruh. If y'all out there are sitting thinking that this shit is cool, like thinking that like Planet Fanatics and all the other recasters out there are just making videos just for clicks. I've seen that. Stop making videos for clicks. I'm not making videos for clicks.
This shit is
This ain't for
all-
clicks. I'm putting a track record together so that when the time comes, I can go through and show you all the motherfucking receipts I need to show you. If you go back about 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks ago, Nate Moore said, I can't look at the next young actor that's not Chadwick and call them T'Challa.
Yep.
But you literally
Yep.
looked at Divine and called them T'Challa.
Correct.
Like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not a little kid. You're not talking to little kids, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you might be able to talk
Or
to Divine
niggas
and tell
under
him one thing, and,
contract,
or motherfuckers under contract and talk to them and tell them one thing, and then them forget it, or whatever the case may be, or flip your words. I'm, bro.
Real nigga. I
Dude,
know
not
what's going
only
on.
can you go back before this channel was a thing and just look at your tweets
Yeah.
and your Instagram
Right.
posts and stuff. Like, you haven't changed on
No,
this.
no, my
as much as
yes.
as
Yeah,
much
my-
as
my stance
motherfuckers
has
want to
not
come at you on
changed.
Twitter
Exactly.
and be like, "Oh, you're hopping on this," you know, like it took a hashtag for you
Right.
to feel a way that like. Look at the
This ain't
fucking
new.
literature behind him. He didn't buy this in 2018.
Yeah, bro, exactly. This shit ain't new. I'm
That,
not like this.
you see
is-
that original right there? That's was bought in the early 2000s. Like
Gray-
this
Gray
isn't.
got it,
we
though.
didn't just hop on.
Gray said the little boy is cheap. A grown man agent will demand a price tag.
You know what?
Child
But
labor
you know
laws.
what? But see, even with
Gonna
that,
Home Alone and-
what price tag is on fucking Harrison Ford? You recasted,
Fucking
you
hefty
recasted William Hurt, and I know, yeah, like
Dis-
I know
Disney's
that
writing.
price tag is
Disney's
coming
writing
with him.
2 checks too.
Right.
He's writing one to Indy
And writing
and
one to
writing
him
one
for
to Thunderbolt
Thunderbolt Ross. Exactly. So
Fuck
yeah,
it, they might pay him as Red
I
Hulk,
agree with
too.
you, Gray. I definitely agree with you, Gray.
Yeah, he gets paid as Red Hulk.
My
Red
thing
Hulk,
that just
General
pisses me
Ross.
off. It just pisses me off because you can, yeah, that's fine. You know, he might be cheaper, but you still paid a hefty amount for Harrison Ford to come in and play Thunderbolt Ross so you could continue the story you wanted to tell.
Yep.
Bro, miss me. Like, I'm serious. Like, bro, when I tell you I am so done with the Black Panther franchise, and I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. And official MG, when you said that earlier, that wasn't me coming at you crazy when he said like, oh, did you guys see the concept art? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And that's not, again, not coming at officially MG,
No,
but I'm just saying I don't give a shit what Marvel posts about Black Panther. I don't care. Like when they were posting all the concept art of what Siri would have looked like, fuck you. I don't care. I don't care
what she ended up looking like.
Bro,
I don't care what she was gonna look like.
They showing all these Riri Williams. I don't give a fuck if the bitch was. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. And I'm not calling Dominic Thorne a B. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
You gotta calm down.
Can I just pause and say I fucking love being on this channel?
Please clip
I
that.
had so much fun on
Someone
here.
please clip that shit.
That's not what I'm saying.
Excited when I drive
Because I can already hear someone in the comments. I'm not what I'm saying is I'm just speaking about the character in general. I'm not speaking about Dominic Thorne. I'm speaking about the character in general. I don't care what Dominic Thorne or what Ironheart was going to be wearing in your concept art. I don't care what you have. Bro, the only thing that people care about, the only thing that anyone is caring about when it comes to the Black Panther franchise is its main character. Hell, were we not just talking about the Joker in our first topic? And what were people saying? I don't want to see a Joker 2 because why? There's no Batman. Mm-hmm. My God.
There's no T'Challa.
This nigga for the industry.
I'm done talking about it.
I knew he was done.
I'm
We're
done
ending the
talking
channel.
about it.
The amount of times he's looked down to turn the mics off, that nigga's done.
Yeah, there's nothing
Johnny,
more I have to say about it, bro.
Steven brought up that he thinks Harrison Ford was a bad recast and that he thinks Bryan Cranston would have been a better Thunderbolt Ross. He doesn't look as much like him, but his
white male character.
He would look good.
D. Stiesel said any
His
old
anger
white
would be
male
good.
character can be wrong.
It's pretty true.
Yeah,
No, I did not mean it that way, y'all. I swear I didn't. I swear I didn't. I wasn't calling Dominic at all. I think Dominic's a phenomenal actor. I thought I even said after we left, I thought she did a great job as Riri Williams, but I don't care about her concept art.
This channel respects women.
I don't care about her concept art. I don't care what you're doing with TJ. Like I said, I'm done with it. At this point right now, I'm done with it. I'm done with this topic right here. I don't have anything else to say about it because I don't. Fuck! It's hard to wrap your brain around, man.
Well, it's the mental because all they do is mental gymnastics, so it's exhausting. They have the stamina of brain power to do it because all they do is flip their brains around all day is logically. We don't, so it's exhausting trying to keep up with their constant hopscotching of ideas. And
they job is to change their opinion day to day.
Yeah.
We go to work and shit and gotta check our
basically
phone, like,
damn
this
politicians.
nigga switched up again?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like, bro, man, bro.
Damn, Nate.
I'm really sitting here like I apologize, chat, because I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss. I don't know what to say because it's not like she's not saying the same shit I've said up here before.
Yeah.
She's saying it. She just has a different fucking destination. Their destination is
it's a
divine.
bias that she's coming from.
God.
Yeah, I don't see the
It's a bias that she's coming at it from.
Putting all this onto a little kid.
I can't.
It's as simple as that. Whenever you have a character that so many people look up to, why would you, if you're not going to recast him, why would you try to tell those stories with a kid? That would be easier.
And it's such bullshit when you're saying that you can't put it on an adult black actor. That just wouldn't be fair to him. But then because it's bullshit. Under Chadwick, there was never an idea to do little TJ. I don't care what he says. That wasn't the case. So they did this, and we're doing this with this kid, already knowing about the backlash that this film was going to receive. And you're going to put that on a little boy? It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yeah, they knew this movie would be controversial.
Even kids get hate on the internet. Like, this poor little kid, he's an adorable kid. It's not his fucking fault. It's not his fault. He's a cute little kid. But, like, they're going to put him in that position. But I just couldn't see anybody as T'Challa. Oh, until I saw this little kid with dimples, that is.
You know, it is so sad. This is the last thing I'm saying on it, and then I'm going to close this topic. It is so sad that this character is gone. And, you know, the more we talk about it, the more that they talk about it, the more they say in interviews, whether it be Ryan Coogler, Nate Moore, Letitia, or whoever, the more it is solidified that he is gone.
Right.
The more that it becomes and starts to get real depressing, bro. It starts to get even more real every single time they get up here and talk about T'Challa. Every single time they get up here and talk about the future of the Black Panther franchise, it gets even more and more real. But that's okay. As I've said, they can do all the real shit they want to do without me. Yeah. And I'm sure they don't care. What's my $16 ticket? That's just one ticket.
Right.
What's my ticket? What's my interest in the Black Panther franchise? It's just one person, so that's fine. But you know what? I'm cool on it.
Yeah.
I'm cool on it, bro.
Well, y'all were talking about hope earlier. As far as this franchise, all that shit's gone, and it's been
That shows
gushed.
how dangerous hope is. You got no hope in something. No, I see y'all tomorrow.
All right,
all hope
CQ.
is crushed, and I can't. Yeah, bro. It does. Like Grand Region Thrive.
I was just reading that. Yeah.
It kind of affects your love for the MCU.
It does.
Don't you have a different feeling? I think we've talked about this a little bit, but I'm glad he said that. There's a magic that's been missing. And like, if you've been to Disneyland, there's a magic as a kid, and then if you go as a kid and you don't have like nieces and nephews or your own kids, and you go as like a teenager, it's like, oh, this is fun, but it kind of misses that magic. Or Christmas, as a little kid, you run downstairs, there's that magic, and then you get a little bit older until the family has more once the kids come back, the magic comes back. I feel like we're in a stage of that in the MCU where we used to have this giddy excitement. We used to know they were gonna kill this shit.
Yeah.
We used to. I don't know about you. I assume you did the same thing with your friends at school who cared too, or your friends at work, sitting around, friends just talking about the excitement. Like, I remember Trey and we couldn't see each other leading up to Infinity War and Endgame without, like, it's all we were talking about, and the anticipation. There just used to be magic, and I just feel like there's so much wind out of the sails. And I do agree. It kind of has dampered things on the MCU. It just does. It doesn't feel like the MCU we came up with.
Not at all. Every time the Black Panther franchise is brought up, or something involving Wakanda, if you want to call it that, in the MCU.
No pun intended, but it's a black cloud over the MCU. Honestly,
it's every time they get brought up, it's just going. I can't speak for everyone else. My mind is gonna go but T'Challa. It every time, bro.
Yeah.
Every time. Every time. Like, people saying, is Wakanda gonna be involved in Thunderbolts? I don't care. But T'Challa.
Yeah.
Is Wakanda gonna be involved in? I don't care.
Yeah.
But T'Challa.
Yeah.
Is Wakanda in? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But T'Challa.
I'm never rewatching Wakanda Forever, but when I think about it, anytime I think about Wakanda Forever, you know what I think about? The film that we were supposed to get, and I wonder what that was. And I wish we'd get that script. I want to hear that script.
Man,
but that's all I ever think is how great that movie could have been. We could have had T'Challa and Namor. We could have had Wakanda represented how it was supposed to be represented. It could have been. They could have been presented as strong, as smart. Yeah. It could have had Doom. They were represented as weak, as dumb, as disorganized, as not knowing what the hell to do, how to approach anything. Oh, there's these water people. Let's go out and fight them in the water. That makes sense. They had no guards. They had no safeguards. They knew that this was going on with this Namor guy, but the Queen's just left alone behind glass, and just everything.
And then to add to just the whole everything, because as I've said so many times, if you want to believe what Nate Moore gets up in here and says, what Ryan gets up here, or any of the actors or actresses get up here and say, that's your right. You can believe.
I mean, there's flat earthers out there.
Yeah. You can believe whatever they're telling you. But my thing is this. We're talking again, Nate Moore I gave the example about couldn't look at another actor. Mm-hmm. He also said, I want to say maybe 2-3 weeks ago, Dr. Doom was never in Wakanda Forever.
Bullshit.
Now, I'll give you this. The direct and several other sites, Hollywood Reporter, Variety, some of them. I don't think Variety reported on it. I know comicbook.com, Collider, Screen Rant, all of them did. Direct just put out an article. I want to say yesterday that how Wakanda Forever has seeds of Doom. Why? Because Doom was in the fucking film.
Yeah.
But hey, you take Nate Moore's word for it.
Yeah.
Take Nate Moore's word for it. Take Nate Moore's word for everything that man is getting up here and saying.
I really hate his fucking arrogance.
It's
It's just arrogant the way, because it's like, it's insulting to the fans' intelligence, honestly. Like, we can't, like, see through what it is that he's doing. And, like, we can't see that this is not genuine and that he's just lying to us. And just following his own fucking little agenda, and that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Man, this
Nate
franchise-
Moore's gonna Nate Moore.
This franchise is so dead.
It really is.
This franchise is so dead. I don't care if you disagree with me. You don't have to agree with me. Hell, if too many of you agree with me, I'm doing something wrong anyway. No. This franchise is dead. It is dead.
Yeah.
There's no way you can bring this back.
No.
Unless you bring T'Challa, the T'Challa back. Not a replacement, because that's not a recast, not a new character, the T'Challa. That is all I'm saying on it. I don't have the energy to go on with that anymore.
Yeah.
So, as always, question is for you guys. Let us know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking. What are you thinking of Letitia Wright's Actors on Actors interview that she did with Variety and John Boyega, where she discussed the post-credit scene and discussed how young black boys and young black men need T'Challa to look up to, and hence why they got little TJ, where she discussed after Divine's audition, looking at Ryan Coogler, looking at Lupita, looking at Nate Moore, and saying this is the one, where Nate Moore also said, I can't look at another actor that's not Chadwick and call them T'Challa. So let us know what you think. What are your thoughts? And again, as I always say, before I close it for real, like I've said, come in here with fact. Come in here with merit. No one is dogging Lupita. No one's trying to make her feel any type of way, because that's why I said what I said at the beginning.
Yeah.
But come in here with fact. Come in here with merit. Check your feelings at the door.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with your personal feelings, but it has everything to do with the character of T'Challa. It has everything to do with this is fantasy. It has everything to do with seeing this character's story continued on screen. Just like we were just talking about the Joker. Everybody's so excited for Joker 2. Why? Because you know that the Joker, even if something happens to Joaquin Phoenix, they're going to do it again.
Yes.
And again.
Yes.
And again. And again. How they've done. But somehow,
I would call that honoring a character.
Yeah.
They like to talk about honoring the character a lot, but it's just awfully strange how they go about it.
And somehow, when it gets to T'Challa, it's seconds and no, we're done with the character. So again, come in with merit, come in with facts, don't come in here with your feelings. This is about a fictional character that should be continued. Letitia, if you listen to this video longer than the 20 seconds of you getting butthurt because I said something that didn't line up with your thoughts or feelings, watch what Letitia has said, go back in our past videos, watch what we have said, and tell me if it's not the same shit with a different destination.
Correct. No,
Let us know down below in the comments
what
what you guys think, bro. It's just crazy. It's crazy. We'll touch on some of these a little bit, but I do have to get my hair cut.
Yeah, I'll touch on a few, and then let's see. Raymond said the fact that they're probably
Fucking
going to be
ridiculous.
releasing the Wakanda Forever theatrical strip to consider it to the Oscars when this film has so many plot holes proves you how far Marvel's gone downhill. Honestly, yeah.
No, I want to touch Oaktown. A told me watch Andor. I'll be fine.
I said, yeah, bro. I'm listening.
I told you I finished.
Yeah,
the other day. Dude.
You didn't like it, or was it good?
Okay, here's my thoughts on Andor. So, it started off, remember we watched that first episode, it had some good things to it. There was kind of some cool, like, Blade Runner, like, imagery. It started strong, that first episode, and then it very quickly dove off, and that's why you, me, and Q never continued with it. I watched I was hearing, you gotta watch, it starts getting better around episode 4. Episode 4 through, like, 7, maybe even 9, they were pretty good. They were pretty good. I was enjoying the storyline. I just felt, though, that the way they ended the last episode,
I've heard that a lot.
I went, what?
I've heard that a lot.
like
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I am gonna watch it.
watch it, and you and I
Now that I
talk
can
about it
binge it.
after you watch it.
Yeah. Now that
Yeah.
I can binge it, I'm gonna watch it.
I will say though, the ending was very underwhelming. It left me saying, "Wait, what?
Well,
What?
we'll see.
I don't know." Let's see. Diff and Nice says Letitia would have gotten killed off before Angela if Chadwick was alive. Oh yeah.
Yeah, possibly
Oh, yeah.
so.
Raymond 2000 said, "We have to grieve two people. Chadwick Boseman was the man and T'Challa the character." Yes, we always
Yes.
talk about their inability to differentiate between the two. Xavier Phoenix says to put Divine in that position is just cruel and unfair. They are just doubling down on the madness. 100%.
Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree.
Justin Mikado says, "Am I wrong for not wanting to support anything Ryan Coogler does now because of what he did to one of the best fictional characters in all of fiction?"
No, bro.
I don't think so.
I don't think so because
I see
anytime
his
I
name on a project, I'll be like, miss me with that.
I'm telling you, I don't. Nate Moore's name is on something. Ryan's name is on something. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I don't like it. Like,
This is, bro.
I cannot believe that T'Challa's gone. That's just.
Yeah.
Wow.
UZ151 said, "Oh, but your $16 ticket meant a hell of a lot. They lost so many of," and he put in quotes, "your tickets in this film. They couldn't hit $1 billion or even clear
Yeah.
$800 million in 5 weeks."
That's true.
Very
That's
different
true.
than the first one.
That's
Let's
true.
see. Antoine Film said, "Won't get my money. Only went to see if there would be a mention of the multiverse, but the horrible mid-credit scene. Shake my head. I'm done." 100%.
Yeah, bro.
No, you should have seen all, because we all went to the theater together. You should have seen all of us. And it also was a very, we talked about it that initial stream we did the next day, but it was a really weird thing where it was like we all knew where our row was at,
Right.
And it was like we were in the multiverse. It was like we traveled to some place where like the red meant go and green meant stop and pizzas or balls, and like because everybody else like. There were people who applauded like after and like
Bro,
it just felt so.
I'm telling you, I was because you already know I was
felt out of place.
You already know I was in a mood.
Yes.
As we were walking out, when people started clapping,
Yeah.
I really wanted to. Obviously, I didn't want to diminish anybody's experience. What you experienced, what you
Right.
felt was what you felt. But I wanted to say, cut that shit the fuck out.
Yeah.
What the fuck y'all clapping for? Over what? A funeral? Who
Yeah.
claps at a funeral?
At a funeral.
Like who claps? Like. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Could we celebrate life? They're not doing that. We can't possibly do that. Let's see. Raymond says, "I will never see my favorite character on screen ever again, and people don't get it because they can see their favorite characters, so they don't." Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Everybody
Yeah.
else gets to still have their guys, but you know, if Black Panther's your guy, well, fuck you, I guess. Even though he was so important to the MCU, it's not like he was some character that fans really held on to. But it was like what if Hawkeye had this like crazy, you know, whatever. But he's Hawkeye. This isn't a Hawkeye level character we're talking about here, and neither is Thunderbolt. Like Thunderbolt Ross isn't a Black Panther level character,
Right.
But yet it was important enough for them to recast him. It's just nothing but inconsistencies.
It is, and you know, most MCU fans, when they say, or fans that are just MCU fans, not the comics or anything like that, they're like, oh well, isn't T'Challa Jr. is his son? And no, like what? Azari? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like
Bro.
D. Steezel says this franchise is the Titanic. Nate and Ryan are going down with the ship, honestly.
Yeah.
DJ F and Nice said they are taking the fantasy out of everything. Honestly, they are, and it's ridiculous. He also said Wakanda could have been such a magical place, and it really could have. And in that first movie, we got some of that magic, but that shit sure was gone by the time we got to the second one.
Hey, Tim, I don't know if you're still here, bro. Appreciate you being here.
Hey, everybody, if I'm
Sorry.
if you guys
No, you're
are
good.
new or if you're still
Sorry. Tim
Tim's Talk is one of our a friend of mine that I made this past weekend. He has a YouTube channel. If he's still in the chat, Tim, make yourself known. Go follow and subscribe to Tim over at his channel. He does a lot of cosplay stuff for as Kylo Ren, a lot of different videos, things like that. He has a TikTok, a lot of Star Wars content. So definitely go check out Tim. I had a good time with Tim in the live I did with Chillmonger over 33 burning Star Wars questions. So definitely go check Tim out. Appreciate you being here, Tim.
Let's see. We got Justin Ricardo saying, I swear if this bleeds over to the comics and T'Challa is killed off, I will burn the whole world down, because at that point you're definitely doing too much. Yeah, they've already done too much.
Yeah.
Let's see. Raymond said, it's not like he was Thunderbolt Ross. We live in a world where Thunderbolt Ross was recast over T'Challa. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
And let's see. Down at the bottom, we got UZ151. Can someone tell me anything about Wakanda after Wakanda Forever? We are supposed to explore that world, right? The Cap from Creative was real about that.
That was something I said after the film too, bro. I said the advertisement for this film since T'Challa was taken out.
Some dive into the culture.
That's
and all
how
that
they
bullshit.
advertised it. They advertised that we were supposed to be diving into Wakanda, learning so much more about Wakanda. Besides that intersection or that part down, that intersection part that Namor flooded.
Yeah,
that's the only new part of Wakanda we saw.
It was
like they were like
a bazaar. It was like a street,
bro, like what
street market.
They never had a plan for this film.
No,
besides the one that Chadwick helped write the script for.
Mm-hmm.
They just took Ryan's story and threw Wakanda around it. They threw Wakanda up on the funeral and said, there it is. Let's make that work.
It's crazy.
Let's see. Grand Regent Thrag said, I watched the Black Panther Marvel Knights episode again recently. It got so upset, man. Shake my head. And then Stamina MC said, John Campea, the godfather of hashtag recast T'Challa.
That's what he thinks. He does say that all the time.
All right. Well, that's the chat.
Yeah, bro.
We managed to not go 7.5 hours. We got one more from Raymond. I wanted to see Wakanda like we saw Gotham in Dark Knight. What is the underworld looking like? Who are the different classes and groups? Honestly, yeah. And that's what they were acting like they were going to give us. We didn't really give a shit because, again, the question that we always ask is, but T'Challa. But yeah, they didn't do any of that at all.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna touch some of these here at the top, and then we'll call it. Let me see. All right, so I've got Patrick that said. He said, I'm going to bed. Fire Nate Moore. Justin said, I want my T'Challa back. I'll never forgive Marvel for this BS.
Every time it gets brought up, I will get upset because why can't they just get it? That was my feeling. That's why I was like, I can't. I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't know if Zeech or Mitch is referring to everybody here, or maybe myself or us here on the panel, or maybe he's referring to Marvel. I'm not sure when he says just a bunch of crybabies. I'm not sure if you're still here. You could be one of the 64. I'm not sure. But if you are still here, if that comment is referring to us here, this may not be the stream or channel for you, because I'm going to do a bunch more crying if T'Challa is not put back on the screen. So Zeech, if that was directed toward us, you might want to dismiss yourself or find yourself somewhere else to engage with content, because my content that I do over here on my channel, I'm going to continue to cry. And if you don't like the way I cry, I suggest you move on. Exactly.
You're going to continue to, all of us are going to continue to give the opinions that we have and be genuine. And because we're not here just to say what's popular or anything else. And then also, if it wasn't directed at us, feel free to say.
Yeah.
We got Kenny Pierce saying, I like the 7-hour stream. Kenny Pierce got time on his hands. He's always first in the chat. We love seeing you here, Kenny.
For sure, Kenny. We love seeing you here. Andre Ware said, I don't even believe that they will even grow TJ up. Hell, they may not. Ant-Man 991 said, I want T'Challa back because I'm not waiting for Tucson to grow up. I agree with you, bro. Raptor Cloak said, recast the real T'Challa with Tavant Rhodes or John David Washington. I mean, yeah, bro. Raymond 2000 said, who did the funeral because that casket wasn't it for the king? The casket looked kind of bootleg. That's a casket for Queen Elizabeth. Where was the gold? Yeah. Did these two used to date? Are we talking about Boyega and Wright? I'm not sure. Wasn't Letitia just grinding on who was she grinding on in the club? I forget that. Was it a singer? Forget her name.
Was she?
Some video. Somebody tagged us in it.
Scary for my taste.
D Stizzle said John knows all about that disrespect. Xavier Phoenix said there was a way recap exactly like it's bro. It's so weird. It's so weird that they can. Raymond 2000 said that's my problem. If you're gonna kill T'Challa, put him in a gold Promethean casket like MJ and James Brown and Aretha. They didn't even do a funeral right. I want Aldous Hodges as T'Challa now that Hawkman in the DCU is not a guaranteed. Yeah, that is very true. It's not a guaranteed. Gray said, how did they go from continuing the legacy of T'Challa to killing him off? Oh, yeah, bro. Because they don't care. Justin said, and this is why I prefer people who are actually fans of the source material and actually understand the character they are portraying because they are important, extremely important, right? DJ F&I said Kevin Feige dropped the ball and was too scared to step up for comic book fans. You know what? That's where I will, that's where I'm going to give my Feige critiques. Feige as the president of the company, if he's not comfortable with it, if he's not okay with the non-recast, your silence speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Your silence is telling us that you are. Because the only thing he's ever come out and say is that it would just felt too soon. And at the time, we did a video. I was like, oh, that's hopeful. That shit ain't hopeful. It's just not hopeful. That was Kevin Feige saying, shh. Yeah, that was Feige saying, shh, shut up. Shh, stop talking.
That was also no T'Challa, no dollar.
Yeah.
And that was him saying,
yeah.
Give us a dollar, you might get T'Challa. Like, that was very, like,
Yeah, they don't care, bro.
Yeah, that was carnival type of shit.
Gray said T'Challa's legacy in the MCU version is the MCU's version of Kenny from South Park. Keita said I'm over it. I'm over it too. Raymond 2000 said she need to shape up.
That one had me and Q dying earlier when he was first typing that.
I want to make sure you told me how to pronounce it the last time. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But Yusai said, I don't think they know what legacy means. No, they definitely don't know what legacy means.
I think it's synonymous with death.
Yeah. Antonio Film said, I feel bad for the cast and crew, but the actors are supposed to act. Chadwick said in an interview, I want people to see the character and not the actor. Yes, sir, he did. M991 said T'Challa doesn't have a legacy. He didn't live long enough to have a legacy. The Black Panther franchise died after they killed off T'Challa. Exactly.
Correct.
See, no anti-recaster can articulate. And I swear I ask that every video. I swear I beg for somebody to come down in the comments and give me a paragraph. The way you give me paragraphs telling me to shut up, give me a paragraph about T'Challa's legacy but you can't. Yeah.
Just like you asked for the source material of him dying.
Exactly. And they can never give it. They can never give it. After that question, we don't
talk out of our asses on this channel. We're not just like
bro,
saying shit that's not based
just to say it.
We know the material. We love this shit.
Right. It's annoying.
If you hear passion and passion annoys you, I'm sorry. But usually people like passion. We're passionate about this shit.
Yeah. Grace said taper fade.
Yes.
Yusai said, tell me T'Challa really don't matter without telling me T'Challa really don't matter. Yeah, bro. I agree.
Basically.
CGZ said the Black Panther franchise is dead in the MCU. Yeah, it's gone. D Sizzle said Toussaint is still a country in the Witcher franchise to me. Brian Fisher said recast T'Challa. Yes, sir. Grand Region Thrax said it's just word salad. That's all it is, bro. That's all it is. D Stizzle said the fans ordered steak. Marvel served up dry garden salad. Stem and MC was calling. Appreciate you being here, bro. Brian said recast Azari. Yes, give us Azari. Raymond said John Boyega is like, I wouldn't work with Disney again if they gave me RDJ money, and I don't. Yeah, and the map to the freezer they have Walt Disney's head in. Bro, I'm telling you, I wouldn't go back if I was John either.
Yeah.
Gray said John, like, damn, that could have been me though. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Raymond 2000 said his kid's name was Azari. Put some respect on his name. Yep. Skip down some. Well, Brian Fisher said that's crazy. They killed Azari before his mother and father even met. DJF and I said they just auditioned 2 kids. Yeah, bro. There was bro, because it was never planned.
Yeah.
It was a last minute thing.
Correct.
Is it Teo? Love you. Yeah, I think I said that. I think I say that every stream.
Yeah.
I think I get it wrong every stream. He said y'all got to put that video together. Yeah. The video about Namor stuff. Yeah.
Himself.
Skip down a little bit. Antonio Film said Nate language change up several times, and I don't think the recast T'Challa guy E-Man didn't really press him during the interview. I've seen a lot of people saying that he wasn't pressed hard enough in the interview.
He definitely could have pressed more.
D Sizzle said, Johnny Stevens said the first movie made 1.3 bill. This film will make the equivalent of 600 mil. There will not be a third film because the second didn't outdo the original. They killed the franchise. Yes, sir, they did.
And that second only even did what it did off the back of the first one. So the third one's
Curiosity,
the third one's gonna do horribly because of the way that the second one went.
Yeah.
So I agree.
Got everybody laughing. Stamina said, "Pump the brakes, D." Yeah, bro, you're right. That's what I'm saying. I was not talking about Dominic. I'm not talking about Dominic. Gray said, "Darius, I didn't mean that." Dark Darius, nah, keep going. Let's see. I'm kind of skipping down a little bit, guys. Xavier said to put Divine, I think we read that, to put Divine in the position is just cruel. Yeah, so I think we might be kind of caught up besides that.
With the ones that I did, there might be some more at the bottom.
The new ones that just came in. Not Again 90 said, thank you to you guys for always keeping it real on the T'Challa situation and not being afraid to call out the MCU and Kevin on their BS. For sure, brother.
Yeah, man.
And you know, that's one thing that I've said so many times. You guys will never have to worry about myself or my co-host or any of these guys getting up here and accurate. That's, you know, when everybody at the beginning was kind of giving me, I had some people in the comments trying to give me a little shit for going to see the film before I saw the film, but that was my reasoning for going to see the film. I never want to get up here and fake something.
Right.
I never want to get up here and not accurately tell you how I feel over something I viewed or seen or whatever. I'm always going to keep it 100. Is it 6 more than 90? 6 more than 94 with you? I'm always going to keep it 6 more than 94 with you. I promise you I will.
Yeah, you can't talk about something that you haven't seen. So
if
so we're covering something, we're like, it's like a sports writer. You maybe don't want to watch that game, but it's your job to cover that game.
That's your job.
You're going to watch that, bullshit game.
So I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you.
Thanks for saying that.
M1991 said Kevin Feige says it was too soon, was just keeping it, to keep us quiet. They're not going to bring him back. Not at all.
100%.
D Sizzle says 7+ hour lives equal trophy gold.
A lot of people love that for sure.
Yes, officially MG. I forget her name. I can't pronounce. Y'all know me and fucking names. Was grinding on Letitia. Yeah, I saw that. We got tagged in that. AJ the Flannel God said, bro, they literally had to start reselling the toy. Yeah, bro, from 2018 with T'Challa because Wakanda Forever just wasn't marketable enough.
Right.
Yeah, they put those toys back out. I'm telling you, and they made sure they put the ones with Chadwick without him, without the Black Panther mask.
Right.
Yeah. Shirley Miles said, I can't believe Black Panther 2 makes more money than Black Adam. Yeah. I'll tell you what, with the number it's at, I was pretty. I was like, oh wow, it's at that number where it's currently at right now. It is currently past Thor: Love and Thunder. So, but I think that might be the bottom. That might be the end there where we are.
I think so.
Last one from AJ Flannel God said, y'all excited for the Spider-Verse trailer later, and also have any of y'all watched
Intergalactic on Netflix. It's a dope movie with similar animation. I'm gonna have to check it out.
I saw a trailer for it and thought that the animation looked cool. Is that the Kid Cudi one?
I think so. Oh, it is. I
Which
think
I
so.
love Kid Cudi, so I don't know how I haven't watched it yet, but
I think it is. Yeah.
I've been having to watch a lot
Timothy
of Christmas movies.
is Timothy? I think
Timothy Chalamet?
somebody younger's acting in it.
Really? I love
Voice
him.
actor. I can't remember.
Kid Cudi's like my favorite as far as modern artists. Well, and I say that but because I'm a little bit old, but like of like from when we were kids, like I fuck with Kid Cudi. Like
I like Kid
like
Cudi.
nobody else ever.
I'm gonna have to check it out. But no, we are gonna be here with you guys tomorrow to definitely react to
I'll
the
be
Spider-Verse trailer. That is dropping
I
tomorrow at
can't
9 a.m.
wait.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be good for
I have
sure.
to avoid it all day.
Yeah. Last two, Grace said, or last three. Grace said, I'm sorry. Nottingham 90 said, reselling the old merch should have been enough evidence for everyone right there. Yes, sir. Raymond said, I'm not excited for the Spider-Verse trailer. Oh, Raymond.
Raymond, what are you ever excited for?
Grace said, they about to find out why there isn't a Speed 3. Raymond said Intergalactic was good. I'm going to have to check it out. I did see it, though. Shirley said,
I might watch it tonight.
They really coming out with a Namor movie? They can't as of right now. They cannot come out with a Namor movie because Universal still owns the rights to Namor. So, but do they want to? Yes. Yeah. They do want to. They've talked, because that's Kevin Feige was asked on the red carpet. He said, we'll see how good Wakanda Forever does.
It was the only good thing about Wakanda Forever.
Yeah. Stamina said, I'm sorry. AJ the Flamin' God said, same here. Love Kid Cudi and soundtrack is fire. And then last from Kenny said, bye, fellas. Good night, chat. Yeah, guys. Well, we appreciate everybody as always being here, hanging out with us. I want to let everybody know now, just so no one's looking for it. On Thursday, I have a work function I have to go to, so we will not. More than likely not be streaming on. Actually, we will not be streaming on Thursday. I don't want to say more than likely because it doesn't look like I'm going to be awarded the time to be here to do it. So more than likely won't be live on Thursday, but we will be live with you guys tomorrow and Wednesday, and of course on Friday. So we will be back with you guys then. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I thought we had some good conversations, some good topics tonight. So can't wait to be back with you guys tomorrow. Definitely can't wait to have a more lighter, fun topic tomorrow with Spider-Man.
Spider-Verse.
God.
Yes.
Yeah, with Spider-Man.
A character they don't fucking butcher.
Yeah. So like I said, as I always say, from everybody in the room, we appreciate you guys being here. It's not going to be on me, sorry. Appreciate everybody being here. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow to discuss and talk more things with you guys. As I always say, I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate all the love, support that you guys continuously give to this channel. It means so much to us. Thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow at 7:30 Central Standard Time. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys. Love you guys.